I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Nick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Good morning, and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. This is Manning's Man. I have my Arsenal friend who will be my fellow Gooner who will be joining me shortly for this EPL review show. It's going to be an interesting one, seeing that Arsenal lost to Manchester United yesterday in the EPL 3-1 comprehensive victory in terms of result. So we have to give it to the Manchester United fan. Expect a lot of bantering and all of that, but I'm going to give them a gentle reminder today. But as usual, we want to begin our program by reflecting on one of life's important value, life itself, that we are alive and we look to the hills, from whence cometh our help. Our help comes from the Lord. We declare what it says in Psalm 23, the Lord is our shepherd, we shall not want. Yea, though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we fear no evil, for he is with us. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being a part of the stream. The three things we ask you to do, as usual, are to like, share, and subscribe. Just to be fair, I have a very good Manchester United, many in fact, but this man he some change, and but this one Manchester United fan, he was with them through thick and thin, and I think I owe it to him to give him an opportunity to come and banter me today. So I am inviting him. The rest of you can turn one of them. You understand me? Because you're like Peeny Wally fans, on and off, on and off, on and off. You understand me? So I'm sending the link to a real Manchester United fan. If he doesn't join, you will know it is up to him. All right. So also want to pick up the sponsors of this video. The sponsors of this video, they are Prestige Finance, where they're lending a helping hand when you need it the most. They're located in Linstead, St. Catherine, Jamaica, offering loans of up to 100,000 Jamaican dollars, especially for back to school. You can call them at 876-884-7390. Also know that if you have a business, you can promote and advertise events and your businesses here. And I am sure sports, just reach out to us at the number in the banner right there. You see it goes across the screen. You send us a text message and someone will reach back out to you. Also to Launch Legacy, where they handle risk and seek legacy for all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA. Visit Launch Legacy at launchlegacy.com. Call or text them at 647-989-0782. Also want to say a happy birthday to Fabian Watkins, Manning Cup winner at Excelsior, captain at Constant Spring. Big up yourself, Fabi, always there. Yeah. So let's see. You understand me? So big up yourself. Let me invite my co-host. Happy Labor Day to all the persons in the United States. They get I don't understand Labor Day for them. It's called Labor Day, but yet nobody works. They don't do paid work or volunteer work. I don't know. Why is their Labor Day different from Jamaica's Labor Day? Because Jamaica's Labor Day is not a rest day, it's a work day. But in the States, I suspect Labor Day means
no, it's Labor Off Day. We forgot the off. It's Labor Off Day.
Oh, so I'm going to ask you, what is the significance of Labor Day in the States, and where did this whole holiday originate from and its intent?
Labor Off Day, Mannings, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we are hearing you.
Labor Off, not Labor Day. Labor Off Day. We just dropped the off.
Oh.
Sounds better saying Labor Day. You're right. We don't do any work today. It's a rest day.
So it's not actually, the holiday is not actually Labor Day.
I'm just kidding. It's actually the Labor Day. But for us, it's an off day.
Yeah, so talk to us. I mean, just quickly, how did this holiday come about?
I actually don't know the history. I didn't know the history at one point, but I forgot. But I can't recall what the history of Labor Day is. All I know is a West Indian Carnival Day. That's when they go to the park where you have a big party and millions of people attend. It hasn't happened for the last 2 years because of COVID. But people are going today. I decided not to go because COVID is still around. And these kind of gathering always bring out COVID. So I'll get COVID up and running. So I don't want to be a COVID spreader. So I have friends going, but I'm not going.
Okay. All right. First,
I did know the history of Labor Day, but I forgot actually. So
okay. One done Manu FC 45. I think he actually got the score prediction right, I think when we were doing the show, he did say that Manchester, I think on Friday, he did say Manchester are going to win 3-1. I think you and I, Cranky, and we're going to start with that because I want to give them an opportunity. You see, Alex, I talk about don't ball to me, ball to Jesus and all of these things. I'm going to let them have their own time bantering us and having fun and all that. Man, I'll take off my blue shirt. I don't understand what that have to do with anything. It's not in support of Chelsea because Chelsea don't wear Adidas. I think it's Nike they're wearing. But Manchester United defeated Arsenal in the one of the big games.
I thought this was an EPL show and not a Man Arsenal.
Well, obviously,
we can get to that.
I hear people say, Alex, don't ball to me. Cry to God, cry to Jesus, Cranky and Mannings, man. See what happened yesterday, Mannings, man. Yeah.
Mannings, man. My only response to all the Manchester United fans is this morning when I looked at the EPL standing.
Oh, I wanted to show that, Cranky. Let me just put up please put up the EPL standing. Yeah, I want to show everyone the standing. All right, because
I just want to see the standing.
It's important that we remind people of how the stand I have it here, the table.
Yeah, so I just want to see the standing because I'm confused with how some of the responses have been. Oh, that team from North London is still on top of the table. Wow, that's interesting. I thought they were getting relegated. The response I've got from Man U fans, and I will say this: Man U is still 3 points behind us. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. A whole game. Anyway, We can talk about the game. Man U did well. They won the game. We can dissect the game, where we went wrong, what they did well. But I'll say this, is I am proud of my team, how we're playing football. The results may not have been in our favor, but I'm proud of how we're playing. We just got to think about a few things here and there, but I'm proud of how we're playing.
Yeah, and when I look at the stats of the game, I don't know if you want me to show that.
No, that's very important to management, because you can show the stats in the first 15 minutes and for the 90 minutes, and you'd be amazed at how those stats change after the first 15 minutes. So those who are lauding, I don't want to get into all the details yet, but who are lauding Ten Hag and his strategy, sometimes you are forced into your strategy that you're supposed to have. It was your strategy. You're forced into how you're playing. And when we talk through the game, you'll see how that manifests itself and how we got to where we got.
Yeah, because the truth is, a lot of people, and this is where I sometimes think that there's some unfairness in our discussion, and I understand how football is. Because on one hand, someone will say, well, stats don't matter, right? It is the fact that Manchester United won. All right, so fine. So if I'm going to give you that, Manchester United won, then the result that of Manchester United is not as significant to the fact that Arsenal is leading the table. Its stats don't matter, because at the end, the victory of Manchester did not propel them past Arsenal. So you can't say the stats in the game are irrelevant because Manchester United won the game, and then don't want to look at the fact that them winning did not take them past Arsenal.
So man, the clear example of yesterday's game, there were 2 games played over the last 3 or 4 seasons. That was an indication of this game. Man City played, if I'm not mistaken, it may have been Villa, and I think Leicester played Liverpool. I may have them flipped. Dominated possession. I think they got wasn't 5 or 7 that was scored, or 5 scored in each of those games. They got destroyed because, you know why? They were playing a high line. And you're most vulnerable sometimes when you're dominating possession, if you're playing a good counter-attacking team. So last season, Spurs beat Man City twice, even though Spurs really touched the ball. Why? Yes. Because you get comfortable with dominating possession. You feel like, you know what, they'll never get the ball off me. Your defensive shape is all out of whack because you're running all over the place, trying to get the ball and trying to penetrate. And when you lose it with dangerous players, with speed, you're out of position. And we used to be like that for years under Wenger, with people like Ramsey always in the box, and people applaud Ramsey, and I'm saying he's out of position defensively. So yes. I do think sometimes people don't realize that it's a 38-game season. And over the 30, I want to see my team be consistent over 38 games, playing well over 38 games, because most often you're going to come out with a positive result. Yesterday was not one of them.
Yeah, and let me just from my perspective, and then you can give me first. Listen, Manchester United won, and that is important. Give it to them. Whatever Arsenal deployed in the game, it never worked to their benefit because they lost the game. So give it to Manchester United. All right, they capitalize on what we were doing. Let's put it that way. So let me give you that. In the beginning of the game, I felt like they had the upper hand, like in the first 11 minutes. All right. Once Arsenal took possession of that ball, it became very difficult. And I think, for example, when McTominay pushed Martinelli in his back, that should have been a yellow card. Because the ball was off the field, he pushed him in his back. And I think that would have probably changed how McTominay played in the game. Nonetheless...
No, man. There was an earlier one. When Jesus got around Martinez in the first part of the game, maybe the first 5 minutes of the game. Yes. That's a clear yellow card in any game. Now, people are going to say you're whining guys, you're pointing out small little tidbits. But we got yellow cards. Saliba got yellow card. They weren't getting yellow card. They're at home. And the referees in the PL, we can talk about VAR and referees, but they have been poor this season. And they're making mistakes where people are now... I'm a VAR believer, by the way. But people are saying we get rid of VAR. Just use for goal line technology because VAR is making too many mistakes.
Yeah, and
VAR didn't make us lose yesterday. We made ourselves lose.
Yeah, yeah, and then I think though I understand why the goal was called back. I understand it. I think the foul was soft, but I understand why they called it back because it led to a goal, and it was not like there were 3 series of play. It was from the same play, one pass to Martinelli. Maybe if there were other, yeah, but I mean, the referee didn't give it though, which is a strange thing. He did not give it as a foul.
So here's the thing about that, man. VAR is supposed to call back clear and obvious errors.
There you go.
Clear and obvious. If you and I are contending whether it was clear and obvious, then it's not clear and obvious.
Yeah, exactly.
Most of the pundits are split. In fact, most are saying it was soft and it shouldn't be given because the referees have been taught to give more leniency this year. You notice a lot of calls not being made this year. They're saying if you're flying over, you're pushing. Exactly. So you can't have it both ways.
Yeah. So that happened, and I think that though Arsenal was still dominant, they never made much of the opportunity they had in the first
Odegaard got a ball where you and I can score man, even at our age. The one that Odegaard missed in the box, that he slid off his left, and it's on his left foot too, man. It's a tap in.
Yeah.
Those goals got to be put away. You're at that level, but Odegaard fails in big game anyway. I'm not a big Odegaard fan. And I also think
that Martinelli header from that ball, I think it was Odegaard who chipped it over. They made a save. I think he should have headed it down.
But no, see that ball, I can understand why it got away. The Odegaard miss is a miss you shouldn't be doing in that game right now. The Odegaard miss a tap in. It's not like I gotta swing my foot like a Bailey type goal. It wasn't that kind of. It was a tap in. So we have to blame ourselves. And I asked people this question: how many saves did Ramsdale make? So we gave up 3 goals. Did he make any saves except for the one he gave the ball away, which I keep telling you, man, every game he makes a clear mistake.
Yep.
The one he gave away, he does that every game.
Yeah. And like I said though, so they scored, we got back in the game, and I think this is where our coach game management is not the best in my opinion. I think he's high line at that point.
His in-game management is atrocious.
Yeah.
What is it? Substitution. Here's a strategy, and it's playing every game. I put in Smith Rowe in the 67th, 65th minute. I will put in Pepe, he's no longer with us, in the 88th minute. I will put in Holding if we're leading in the 81st or 2nd minute. This is standard every game. It never changes. Must be the Man U fans calling you. So that's his strategy. Yesterday was heresy management. The decision he made when we're down 2-1 in about the 73rd minute, management. You have the man took off Odegaard, he took off Lakanga, took off Zinchenko. Who did he put on? 3 babies. The 3 babies are all active players. Vieira, Nketiah, and Smith Rowe. So you don't know who playing left back. You don't know who playing midfield. Yeah. He didn't give them any instructions when they go on who should go sit where. We all over the place. His game management, he's a good coach, it appears, in terms of how to set up players, how to coach players, improve them. He's like Pep Guardiola. They don't know how to manage games, especially difficult games and difficult circumstances. And it's becoming to haunt us. Because yesterday was asinine what he did. Well, all we needed was a goal to tie the game, you know. All we needed was a goal. We didn't need to make wholesale changes. We're dominating the ball. And he just puts on a bunch of kids. And Nketiah could see coming on for Odegaard. But why are you changing your left back? I don't put another left back. Why are you taking out your midfielder?
When Tierney has been playing well. And I thought I think the error was Zinchenko was coming off injury. But Tierney has been playing well defensively.
But the middle is where people are complaining about the defense all the time, right? Which I agree, the defense didn't play well. But you have to stop the ball in the middle of the field. And our middle wasn't there stopping the ball.
Yeah.
Remember the first goal, the second goal. Yeah. You gotta stop the pass. They weren't stopping the pass.
Lakanga doesn't tackle.
No, he does. He's not his game. He's a box-to-box midfielder.
Yeah, you don't see him
Xhaka is playing box-to-box. We had no CDM. Like Jamaica. We don't have a CDM. If Partey is not playing And at 35 years old, it's hard to have a 35 years old play a whole season. I keep telling people this, man, it's 35. They say I'm spreading conspiracy theory. Party is not 29, he's 35. Manny's man, did we lose you? Look like Manny's man has frozen. I'm not sure if it's his power is out or his internet is out. So he's leaving me by myself. Can you guys hear me or see me? I'm not sure what happened. Can you guys text me in the chat if you can hear me or see me? Because I'm not sure what's happening. Manny's man look like he has frozen. I see Boss Thomas saying Arsenal fans are babies. Boss Thomas, I will tell you this, most fans are babies when they lost. When they lose, most fans are babies. I wonder if you guys can see me. Manny's man has now disappeared. Like he's leaving me to run his program. I'm trying to look in the chat on my iPad and see the guys are seeing me. Okay, so maybe he wants me to do this by myself. So I'll stop whining about Arsenal. Let me give Man U some credit. Look, if you're Ten Hag, you have lost your first 2 games. You lost 4-0 to Brentford, who's not one of the better teams in the PL. Think about top 6. And you have been crucified in the media. You hear people like Simon Jordan say he doesn't look the part, both physically and strategy-wise. You hear all the ex-Man U players destroying the Glazers about how poor they are, even though they spent over $1 billion over the last number of years. He spent over 200 million in this window. We're talking about pounds, people. So in any currency, multiply it by 20% for dollars or euros, whatever it is, they've spent a lot of money. So you should have a good team. If you look at the Man U team, the defense alone, let's go to the defense of Man U, because Man U fans keep crying about different things and playing us and beating us like it's a big deal. We have only won 2 or 3 times in the last 20-something games at Old Trafford, so that's not surprising. But you have Shaw at 30-something million, Martinez over 50 million, Maguire 80 million. You have the kid left back, I can't remember his name, starts with an M, he's always skipping me, probably about 15, 20 million. Wan-Bissaka is about 50 mil. Dallo is probably in the teens or in the 20 plus. Varane is 40 mil. Most teams don't have, the entire team is not cost that much. That's your defense, right? Think of like Power left on the field, they call about 80-something mil. So you spent a lot of money. You just bought Anthony for what, 70-something mil? Last year, you bought Sancho for another 70-something mil. You spent a lot of money. And if you spend 70 mil for a player, unlike us who bought Pepe, which didn't work out well, but most players you spend about 70 mil for. Let's say Maguire hasn't worked out, right? Because he's English, that's a premium. But it's a lot of money for a team. So don't play like you're the victims here, or you should be sorry for, or you shouldn't be favored playing at home against an Arsenal team with a bunch of kids who have been 5-0. People said we haven't played anyone. And we didn't finish. We finished just above you last year, right? And we have improved, you have improved. So I don't want to hear that lame story about, oh, like you're a pity man's team and the Glazers are the problem. No. The Glazers haven't hired a good technical director, like Arsenal has with Edu, like, what's his name, Patrici from Tottenham, like the Leicester manager, like what Newcastle has did. The first thing you should do is hire someone who's a competent football person, who have contacts with the agents, who have contact with your scouting and recruiting team, who understand football globally, especially in Europe. So you can source good players, you can get a team together, versus you're getting talented players together. So I don't want to hear Man U fans crying about their team as if, you know what, we should have been the favorite because we are 5-0 and you should be. You won 3 in a row. You have the most. You're probably, between you and Chelsea, and maybe somewhat Man City, are the most expensive team in the Premier League. You may have the most expensive team, frankly, because most of Man City players are paid for 50 million or less. They haven't bought a player for 70-something mil. Liverpool has bought a couple between Van Dijk and Alisson, but you have bought some of the most expensive players, so you should be out there. And you're still behind us after 6 games. Will you finish ahead of us? More to come. The story is not told yet. It's not finished yet. I am interested to see how things will work out as the season progresses. But I will say this, that yesterday I was proud of how my team played. I was surprised how naive we were. So I've touched on Man U, what Man U has done. And your coach has made some very interesting decisions which is a bold decision, which is leaving some people call the GOAT on the bench, which is the right move given how he wants to play. Manny's man, you said to come take back your program. Can you hear me, Manny's man? You can't hear me. All right, I'll keep going. Welcome, Manu fans and can turn on. Hey, the first 2 weeks of the season, it was hard to find a Manu fan. The ones who were fans, the jersey wasn't put on. They put a cover over the jersey. Them couldn't talk. They had mouth disease. They had mouth challenges. All of a sudden, you can't keep them down. The jerseys are out. They're loquacious. They pontificate. Their chests are boots up. Welcome, Manu fan.
Are you hearing me?
We can hear you now.
Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. Thanks, Cracky. Fourth official.
Can I answer Boss Thomas? Can I answer Boss Thomas?
Yes.
We spent a lot of money we spent almost $500 million over the last 7, 8, since 2019. Wait, let me see. 6, 7 years, spent about $500 million. We spent a lot of money. We haven't spent $1 billion plus. So we have spent less than half of what Man U have spent. That's my point, which is we both should be doing well. We both spend a lot of money. You've just spent more than twice on what we've spent. That's all.
All right. Fourth official. You probably can tell us what the fourth official up in the VAR booth was doing yesterday.
First of all, Cranky. What do you mean? Yeah? Where is Manchester United fans? I've been here, fam. I've been here since.
But you weren't. I didn't see you on the program. I never see you in any program. I didn't see you in the program.
You're one. I've been back since the injury, try to recover, and now since the season we start my own little program, we start my own little, stream and watching the games and all that stuff. So I've been doing my thing, you see me? So
wait. So what's that? Your mouth was injured. That's what you're saying.
No. I've been on the grind every day, building my program, building my 650 subs. I'm building it every day. We talk about this, the packs.
Oh, you have your own program. Okay.
Yeah. So we build one thing. However, I'm here now because we get an invite from the boss.
Yeah, you win.
And we have to talk about this because number one, the biggest point about yesterday is that Manchester United won. And all the talk where I don't know if you did it or if other people did it, but there's a whole talk about how we're going to come at Old Trafford and walk up and down at Old Trafford like on our kings. Yesterday, we showed what the real Old Trafford was. Now, try remember, before we get into the nitty-gritty of the tactics of the game, try to remember, I just 6 games into the Premier League. 6 games. And after 5 games, all of the Arsenal fans been saying, oh, them are going to win the championship and then next year not going to win
Really?
And then next year not going to win the Champions League.
No, we can finish because he's not telling the truth. But keep going.
No, I'm not saying but I say every single Arsenal fans over here upon the Twitter, the TikTok everywhere, oh, they're going to win the championship and then they're going to win the Champions League next year. This is what they've been saying. After winning just 5 games, people who can beat on a regular basis every day. Remember, Arsenal lose the first 3 games last year, and then they move on and start play football the real way. This year, win the first 5 games, and start to not go win the championship. Now, Manchester United lost the first 2 games. And we have a wake-up call after the 4-0 at Brentford. And then you start realizing Manchester United start play football the way Eric Ten Hag want them to play football. And yesterday was a pinnacle of the football that we wanted them to play.
What?
Why we can't wait for talk?
Hold on. And I remember, I say Arsenal didn't dominate the ball because Arsenal held on to the ball after Martin scored the first goal or kick back, Arsenal start dominating the football. But the ideal thing about that game is the significant changes that Eric Ten Hag made within that game to change the game the way he wanted them to play. You understand? So
let me say a couple of things. One is the indication in the game about how you're going to play was in the first 15 minutes. This concept and this idea that it was a counter-attacking game Man U wanted to play, and Arteta was naive, which he was in some respects, and I'll explain why. And you were so strategic, big counter-attacking. That's nonsense. The first 15 minutes, we couldn't touch the ball. That's how you want to play. You want to impose yourself on us. After Martinelli scored the goal, the good goal that was disallowed, by the way, everyone, I don't care what you say, we took over the game. You weren't in the game. You were hoping, and look at you had Eriksen, they could touch the ball and get behind us. It wasn't a strategy. It was what resulted from us dominating. What we have done is what we did in the Wenger years, which is this. We throw everybody forward with no concept or idea that, you know what, you may actually lose the ball in the dangerous position. How do you recover? We didn't do that. That's what we've done all the time. That's what Man City does sometimes. So they get killed sometimes against teams that can counterattack like a Leicester. So we were attacking so much, our midfield was all out of position. Look where Fernandes got the first ball in the goal on the first goal. Where was Lakanga, the CDM?
All right, hold on.
Where was Xhaka? Nowhere to be seen.
All right. So first of all, the first goal that got chalked off.
The disallowed goal. Yeah.
The disallowed goal was 35 minutes in. Yes?
No, I said the first 15 minutes you dominated. After that, you weren't in the game.
Hold on. 35 minutes in. Right?
Yeah.
Now, what I'm saying to you is when Arsenal took over the game after that first goal that got chalked off because he fouled the guy in the middle of the field. But that's
we took over 35 before that point. We took over before that.
When Arsenal started take over, Manchester United had to make adjustments, especially in the midfield. Right? They started poking more focus on Odegaard in the midfield. So Eriksen started playing more focus on Odegaard. Lokanga was dead in the football anyway. Lokanga was not playing the football in any way, shape, or form. Right? In the second half, after you guys scored, the biggest mistake Arsenal made, that Arteta made, was to take off Odegaard and take off somebody else and bring on Nketiah and Fabio. Because what happened was, because they had Cristiano Ronaldo in the midfield as a striker, you know what they did? We just put Rashford down the flank and said, listen, just run at them. And the first opportunity Rashford get, the first ball Bruno got, he just played through the flanks, and guess what? Run through them. And because you're playing so high and trying to press on Arsenal, all it took was just take the ball, give it to him, push through the middle, and then score.
All right,
our biggest deficit yesterday.
Listen, let me just say a couple of things, Cranky. I don't know about the other forums that you're on, but on Friday when we did our show, even I said that this game is a draw. I predicted a draw. That's one. Number two, I don't know, Cranky and I have kept on saying that the team still need more pieces, and top four is the objective. I don't hear Arsenal fans saying that they're gonna win the EPL.
Joke, I make. But first, before I say that, this is what I'm saying.
Right, Cranky. Did you say that, Cranky?
No. We have a thing where we pick the first 10 games, another stream that I do with my English colleagues. I had us 5 wins in the first game and a draw with Man U. We don't win at Man U. That's a fact.
Exactly.
We have won 2 or 3 times in the last 20-something games. We don't win at Man U, no matter who they are. And Liverpool proved that when they played Man U the other day, that, you know what, even you can get turnover, you're a good team. They come out to play as like a derby game. So
the last 2 times we beat them was FA Cup, Danny Welbeck and Thomas Partey in the pandemic year.
We beat them, no, not that well, but we beat them with
FA Thomas Partey.
Elneny and Partey playing midfield.
Yeah,
1-0.
And Partey scored.
Yeah, 1-0.
In the pandemic year when Liverpool won.
Last day we lost with Odegaard gave away the penalty to Ronaldo. We don't win at Man U.
And what I'm saying, that so the expectation. But what I'll say though is this. Let me ask Foot Official this. Who played better for the 90 minutes?
Who played better? And by playing better, you mean position of the football?
Who you prefer to watch? If you're watching football,
when I talk about playing better, Manchester United created the better chance in the game. Is that playing better? Or is it because Arsenal
had better chances? That's not true. That's not true.
Lies. May I tell you why?
Arsenal
had 3 clear chances in the game. 3 clear.
Wait.
Martinelli, Odegaard, and Saka. That was it. There's no other chances in the game. Arsenal, Manchester United had about 5 or 6 clear chances. We're talking about Eriksen. We're talking about Bruno. Then we're talking about the 3 goals that they scored. So there were 5 clear chances in the game, and then 3 for Arsenal. So they talk about
count the chances subs before the changes. Don't count the chance after the changes.
No. We're talking the full 90. We're talking the full 90.
No. But I'm just saying the game was lost.
Full 90. We're talking
the game was lost. Wait. The full 90, Arsenal was a better team, and nobody's disputing that. In fact, let's talk sports. All the pundits said the same thing. All Man U fans said the same thing. Yesterday when Robbie was interviewing, what's his name? That's Man U fan. What's his name? Comes on Talk Sports sometimes. That's his own channel. The kid that Robbie interviews a Man U fan.
United standing United.
Yeah. What did he say? What did he say?
Yeah, they have the better team. Arsenal play better on the ball.
So what is struggling with that? If you ask your question, you can't answer the question.
Listen to what I'm saying. You talk about who plays better. I am telling you that Manchester United had the better chances. Arsenal,
I never ask you what the better chance. I ask you who played better for the 90 minutes. That's what I ask you.
Who played better for the 90 minutes?
What is bad?
Arsenal played better for the 90 minutes. And that's the whole point as well, because guess what? Arsenal played better for the 90 minutes. Arsenal looked good passing the ball in the midfield and above the 18-yard box. But in the end, they didn't have an end product. Did not have an end product.
I agree with that. I can't dispute that. And I've said this in a stream we're doing. Last time we played against Villa, we missed like tons of goals in the first half, which is
I think you're talking
flex. You can't keep playing this way
yes.
to win because you can't keep getting these chances or get to the 18 and you run out of ideas. You gotta shoot from outside the box or find a way to penetrate. We're not doing that really well. We get to the 18 and we're struggling.
Here's what I'm saying to you as Arsenal fans right now. I need an answer from both of you guys. I'm going to talk about this on the stream this morning. I'm going to ask you now. If Gabriel Jesus get injured right now, unfortunately, if he get injured and him out for 2 or 3 weeks, that's 4 to 6 games that he might miss. Who will play in the forward line and how will Arsenal look in that team without that intrinsic player in your forward line?
First of all, we have gone to Elephant Man, Obia Man, so I'm saying I'll protect him. So now worry about that.
All right, well, let me say this.
Secondly,
I can use that argument for Liverpool. If Van Dijk gets injured.
No.
They have covered
that. Not about Liverpool right now. We're talking about you, Arsenal. Liverpool fear already when they have a specific player. I'm asking you. No. Me I talk about Manchester United. I'm talking about Arsenal. And
all right, so I'm going to answer you that. Arsenal, so far, all the 4 players that start up front have scored goals for Arsenal. So if he's gone,
that was the man's question.
React again. Yeah. If Gabriel Jesus injured tomorrow at training and he must up in hamstring, what will happen to Arsenal?
So they can put Martinelli inside and put somebody out there. I still think we can score goals.
So let me answer your question. And Nketiah is the backup center forward. That's how we re-signed him. He's the backup center forward. And Martinelli, who played that position against Chelsea 2 years ago and scored, and has done so in a number of games in the past, but is not a designated center forward. So those are the backup. We didn't get a backup in the transfer window because I should tell you this: we only buy quality nowadays. We don't buy numbers for numbers' sake. We only buy quality.
Nketiah quality.
Who?
Nketiah quality.
Nketiah is proven. Last year scored 5 and 7 at the end of the season. So he's proving going forward that at 22, and it's England leading goal scorer in the under 21, by the way. For under 21 level, he's the leading goal scorer for England ever. So he does have goal in his ability, in his game. He's also very quick. He's also very physical. He runs all day. And we hope he develops into that forward. But we do need a different type of center forward, like a Tony type, a Giroud type with some size.
Let me ask the Manchester United fans, and then I'm going to do something cranky. Is Flex a genuine United fan?
Yeah.
He is. And you think his opinion is important? So I'm going to play his opinion for you, so you can listen to Flex. Interview with Robbie. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
Hold on. So we still talk about Arsenal.
No, let me just play this stuff.
AFTV, look at it. Look at the big smiles. He's happy. You know what I mean? It's your moment, man. I remember last season, it was my time at the Emirates. It's your time. But what did you make of the game?
First of all, no. You know I'm quite fair in it. So I'm going to get to the actual breakdown and be, calm and stuff. Stricto and Lee. Listen, you see them two? I sat in that studio with you, Guna Lee, yeah? I sat in that studio with you. Oh, who are you scared of? Oh, no one, but no one, mate. Oh, yeah. Oh, we played Fulham and that, man. Yeah. Sit down and hold that. Sit down and hold that. Nah, I didn't like, because you know what? I even left the studio and I was like, I didn't really like the way that man were talking. They're a bit deluded on what they were talking about, you know. So first of all, just to them two, because there's a lot of you lot that are all right. Them two in particular, hold that. I look down the lens here. You see Gunnar Lee and Stricto, hold that. Now let's stick to the game. You lot play really well in patches. You did. You got a system. You got a manager who has worked on his team. And you know what? You was causing us a lot of problems. The first 10, 15 minutes, we were really good. We started on the front foot. And when that disallowed goal happened, it gave you confidence. We went into our shell.
What did you make of that?
It was literally right in front of me.
I don't know if you had a chance to see it back.
I've seen it back loads of times now. And it happened right in front of me. I was very worried because when it happened right in front of me, I thought, I'm not sure about that. That looks a bit soft. It looks a bit soft. Looked like one of the ones could go for you, could go against you. When I saw the replays, I think it's just on the edge of enough being a foul. And you know what? Even if it went against me, I would feel a bit hard done by. I understand that. But actually, with this shit VAR, and it's actually in line with what they're giving. Look at the Mendy one yesterday. They're giving these soft free kicks and
did he say soft free kick?
This season, they're going to allow more.
Well, I'm making talk.
And that's why I'm baffled.
But, do you know what it is, though, Robbie? Because they're getting shook in the key moments. So what they're allowing more of is the fouls where the place is kind of going on. But when it leads to an actual goal and they need to stand by that, that's where they're bottling it. Like the Mendy one yesterday, like today's one. But I'll be honest.
Hold on, Cranky.
I do think there was just...
Did he say they bottled the Mendy one yesterday and bottled the Arsenal one today?
Hold on. Because what they did, wait. What they did was they called a foul because he fouled Martinez 2 years ago when Manchester United was playing Tottenham. When
it's not Martinez's fault.
When McTominay push off the defender off him jaw, push him jaw off, and he drop over on ball, and we play the ball and score. You know what they did? They call a foul against McTominay.
You know what is funny though? You know the week before, a goal was allowed at Aston Villa where the man held on to the goalkeeper and they said it was too soft. That's what they said. The Aston Villa corner, they said that it was too soft.
So Ali Watkins wrapped his hand around the goalkeeper and held the goalkeeper so he couldn't move. And they say it was too soft, you can't give that. You can't have it both ways.
Hold on.
There's just enough from Odegaard, 2 hands on extension. Of course, Eriksen's ball, he knows what he's doing. He's under pressure. But it's just, I think Odegaard was just too eager. If he didn't have the hands out, he probably has two legs to stand on instead of one. So, yeah, but after that, you lot started doing really well. From an Arsenal point of view, Zinchenko coming in from left back into central midfield and Gabriel splitting and almost being like a left back, which leaves Martinelli high up the pitch, was causing us so much problems for the whole game. For the whole game it was. And Odegaard, look, we spoke about it before. I spoke about it with Cecil. He's a fantastic player. He makes you lot tick. He is the glue. That ball he dropped straight on Xhaka's Martinelli's head for the header. But I was impressed with Arsenal, but the reason why I'm impressed with us is because we're 5 games in to a new manager. We haven't got a system like yours. Yours was really well oiled. It was fast. Know exactly what you do in the rotation. There was always an out ball to Ben White. There's always an out ball on the left-hand side to Gabriel. Really well oiled. But we found a way, right, to combat that with what we're good at. And that's after 5 games. Remember I said that we're
all right, so listen to Flex now. What do you think?
What I think I've seen the interview. I've seen his interview. I've seen his interview with his channel. And I'm telling you the same thing, right? Arsenal played good in spurts, just like what he said. Well, what I'm saying to you is that foul was never. That foul was never should have never given that should have been given that first place. That foul should have stopped the moment him hit the man. Because him and upon the man on the back, just like how McTominay upon the Arsenal players back, and him kick the man at the same time.
So Flex, I have a question for you, Flex.
Fourth official.
Fourth official, I have a question for you. There were 2 plays in the game which I thought was interesting. The first part in the first half in the left-hand corner, where Jesus got around Martinez, he pulled him down, no yellow card, right? In the box, Saka took a shot and got cleaned out by your left back after he took the shot. Wait. Let me finish. They said the ball is gone. Now, if you equate that with the Mendy game for Chelsea, where he lost the ball, the man came in afterwards. That's after the ball is gone. They call a foul, took the goal away. Where's the consistency?
First of all, that Saka shot that he took and missed.
Yeah.
Malaysia didn't touch him none at all. Malaysia did not touch him none at all, and we can play it back right now.
No, please do.
Malaysia did not touch him none at all.
That
is a fact.
You want to bet some money on that? You bet some money on that?
Right now.
Let's make one of us pay for that statement.
That
pay in terms of
never a foul, none at all. It was a shot. Took a shot at goal and he missed. Malaysia didn't touch him none at all. That's number one. Number two. What happened with Mendy was a travesty. Mendy meant that shouldn't be a foul. But you have to remember, first of all, he didn't hit the ball. He didn't kick the ball at goal. What Mendy did was stop the ball from going past him, and he was jumping over the ball. That should have never been a foul. No time at all. No way, shape, or form.
All right,
but
so
I thought it was a similar situation.
Yeah, let me say this. I'm fourth official because listen, Manchester United won the game, and that disallowed goal, except that it have probably shifted momentum. You scored after that, so that's it. But
no. Don't discard that. That's not. You guys are missing. If I score first, you have to come out of your shell. You can't stay deep because I just stayed deep and somebody got to score. You have to play more offensive football, which create more gaps behind you for us. The fact that you score first, then I have to come attack you and become more vulnerable. That goal was imperative. It was not, well, you know what? If the goal didn't cost anything, it cost a lot. Because this game, the strategy changes.
The goal wasn't given. Yeah. The goal is not given. The goal is not given. And
I'm just saying, management is Dugardi saying the goal doesn't count. No,
the goal not count. So you can't talk about if they do this or if you do that. At the end of the day, when Manchester United score, when you score second and equalize, instead of you sitting back and trying to reassess your team and then try go again, what it did was make substitutions to push your team forward, push up your back line forward, and Manchester United.
That's a good observation. I agree with that observation. That the team, I don't think we adjusted after scoring. Like it's almost like our coach was going for the win, but he took out. I don't know. I just figured Odegaard was questionable. You know?
No, that's not it. This is how we play. No, this is how we play. Understand this, man. Man City, Liverpool, all those teams. You know what they do? They impose their will on you. Does Liverpool sit back when they score goals, or they try to destroy you? That's how Arteta wants to play. He can't go in a shell. His players are not built to go in a shell. My only concern is when I don't have Partey deep to cut off the lines, the ball going to the lines, or to block up the space in the middle, I'm vulnerable because I just realized my center-backs are not as quick as I thought they were, or they don't go on the half turn when they're looking back. They stay straight up the field. They can't turn. They're like the Titanic, which I'm shocked about. But they're both supposed to be very quick.
Yeah, let me ask you. I'm just from a game perspective. What do you make of Anthony's performance? First game. How would you assess him?
So aside from the goal, which is a well-taken goal, position-wise, he was good with the ball, keeping it moving left and right. He made a back heel to Delo, who crossed the ball, was really good. But apart from him being effective in the game, he wasn't as effective as you thought he would be. But it's his first game in the league. It's the first game against Arsenal. So I wouldn't expect him to take the world on by storm, but he did well in terms of the positioning. And the main point of Anthony playing in this team right now is because he's effective on the right-hand side with a wonderful left foot, and he can go left and right and cross the ball, which we don't have that. We didn't have that with Sancho. That's why Sancho go on the left-hand side of the field, because he's good on his right side. So the point is, with the game that he played yesterday, he was good. He played 55 to 60 minutes, and he had a decent run out in the team. It was lacking position anyway, and he was good defensively as well. So I'm not going to say that he had a great game, but he didn't have a bad game at all.
What I say, man, is that if you score value for money, he scored a very good goal. Goal was well taken.
Yeah. I
thought he had an okay game. It's his first game, right? Just probably in training for about 2 weeks because he was on strike. So, but I'll watch him on YouTube because you get your information from YouTube because I don't watch the league. I thought he was going to roast Zinchenko, but Zinchenko is not the best defender. We know this. Great on the ball, not the best defender. And he didn't roast him. I was very concerned about that matchup because I thought he was going to roast him. He didn't roast him. So.
And then you have to remember, this is his first game because his first two games that he played at Ajax, he sit out for the other 2 games because he didn't want to play. And then you have to remember, I watched him at Ajax because I was watching Ten Hag last year after Manchester United signed for him. So I saw him play at Ten Hag last year, and he's very good on the ball. I didn't know how that would transfer over to the Premier League, but then you have to remember, he also plays for Brazil as well, which is a very good player. I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen in the future.
When you score 4 goals in the Dutch league, that's not a good return. So he scored against us, which probably don't say much for us. But he only scored 4 goals for the Dutch league last year.
But he has a lot of assists. But he has a lot of
8 assists.
But you have to remember, there's also third passes as well. No? So you have the assist, the assister, and he has a lot of those as well. So
pre-assist and pre-assist and pre-assist.
You can talk about the stats all you want. It's just that the football that he's playing right now, with Ajax, will he transfer over to here? We hope so. Definitely hope so.
All right. So now that you saw Martinez when he had a big signing against Arsenal, how did he look?
Martinez?
Yes.
Martinez is peach. Martinez is a king. Martinez is like, you know what? Martinez is like, he's like Thor, who just came down and said, all right, I'm going to turn Thor into a god, and his name is Martinez. The man is a peach of a footballer, and all the talk what you guys talking about, him a 5'9", and him a bit taller, and him this and him that. The man is a peak of a footballer, and the point that I'm making is, last game, 5 out of 5 aerial duels, him too short.
I'm talking about the Arsenal game, though.
The Arsenal game?
Yeah.
He played well. He
Yeah.
played very well. The entire backline played well. Listen, the fact that you guys scored was because Varane get the ball to I think Odegaard or one of them, and then him pass the ball and him score. That's the thing. The point that
hold on. So the reason why he scored is because Gabriel Magalhaes was out of position and slide tackle way up in half line when he didn't have to. So I don't understand what you just said.
I not say no score. No, I didn't say no score. I didn't say no score. Listen, no. I didn't say. I didn't say you guys not score. I'm just saying the backline was very good against Arsenal. The backline was very good against the other teams that we played. 4 games that we know in a row, jump in and get Maguire out of the team.
So who was missing from your team yesterday? Who
was missing?
Yeah.
From your starting 11.
Marshall.
So Marshall.
So no one was missing. No one was missing.
No, Cranky. If Marshall was ready, who would have?
He would have started.
Who would have not started?
If Marshall fit and ready for play, Marshall would have started.
Over who?
Over Rashford. Oh,
no, we just asking. No, fine.
Let me tell you. Since you asked, let me tell you. No. All right, you're right. Let me tell you.
Fine.
Marshall would be the starter. Rashford would be on the bench. Arpan on the left wing.
Fourth official is not watching his own team play football.
So
let me tell you something right now.
Let me hear what Big Deal say.
The way Marshall play is perfect to the way how Eric Ten Hag wants to play.
So you're saying that when Marshall is fit, Rashford is going to be benched?
Ready. Right
so
now.
If you said Sancho, I would say, yeah, there's no way on God's earth that Marshall will ever start over Rashford.
Lies.
Not in Man U team. I've been watching. I watch Man U as much as you do.
No. You don't watch Man U as much as I do.
Well,
except for preseason, I don't watch preseason.
Big Deal says it's true. Christopher Wright, who is an Arsenal, a Man U fan, said it go as well. So and then
no. Martial will start in the center forward.
Martial not playing forward,
but he wouldn't start over Rashford.
Forward. Rashford play on the bench. Sancho on the left, and sitting up on the right.
I don't think so.
And then they can switch in and switch out like next game. But I'm telling you, the way Ten Hag wants to play,
yesterday, you guys don't win that game.
The way Ten Hag wants to play,
Marshall started yesterday, you don't win that game.
No, you can't tell me how. That no guy.
Marshall don't get behind anyone. Marshall don't get behind in the defense ever.
Yo, the game pass now.
No.
Game
You
pass,
answer
right?
the sport official.
We
Don't
win
skip the
like
question.
yo, a 3-1
No.
came in, you know.
Wait.
So I have to tell you where we play
Court
for
official.
Uno.
Court official.
1, 2,
Would
3.
Martial get behind my defense? Would Martial
Right
get behind my
now.
defense?
Right now.
He would run behind my defense.
Right now, we didn't broke foot. He didn't Achilles are pop off and he's still around the down.
But Martial is a very skillful player, a good footballer, but there's no way he gets behind my defense.
Click up on El Pacino. Click up on El Pacino. Look what him say. El Pacino, Sancho, Marshall, and Anthony.
Let me get a real
Yo,
Manchester.
I use your body now.
Let me get a real Manchester United fan. And not a fourth official.
No, a morning fan, because he was in mourning for a while, couldn't talk. I let him find him out. So my coach, come on, because he's been silent, can't say
coach
nothing.
and not a fourth official. Coach, if Martial is fit, does he start?
Listen to me, we come for mash up my family, girl.
What the hell?
Hey, you see, Cranky, the holiday blues I take care of.
Yeah, man.
Never know going on holiday with that last
It was a good day yesterday, I can tell you. It was a
know.
very upsetting day. Yeah, it was a good day.
So we know how to no code on fourth official. That's why we come on to ensure.
Right.
We're trying to get him to be balanced.
Big up to Mannings, man. But hear me, I say, no, gentlemen. Hey, would I skill is still enough? The man ain't go for interview, man, I say.
A Manchester United fan.
Hold on, no interview, no go for no interview that. Yeah, go like an interview.
We're well prepared.
When you start talking about who play better, listen, if we don't beat it, we know. Right now, Mannings, you'd have a stream from last night that talk about that.
Obviously.
Exactly.
No, we would. No, that's not true. We would not, because we're not respecting it that much.
So why have one now? Why have one now?
We are trying to get rid of our sorrow. It helps to talk about it because feel better.
Cranky, we know what happened. It's just a soaking.
Yes.
Just a soaking. But on high skill is still. We go for interview. We go for who play the better football. We go for VAR. We go for this. We go for that. We go for other games of VAR doing that. Listen, man. Make a revel now with 3 points, man.
Fine, revel. But who played better over the 90 minutes?
That now I'm not doing the right. Who scored the most goal? Who get the 3 points? So let me ask about some question. Who scored the most goal?
So why did you get rid of Mourinho?
Answer my question. Who scored most goal?
Arteta.
Manchester United scored the most goal and they won the game.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They got the 3 points. Yes.
Who got 0 points?
Arsenal.
So what is the problem about playing better? That now.
Okay. So playing good football is not important to Manchester United fans.
Oh, no. You're changing the goalpost. You're moving the goalpost. You said who played better. You did not say who played better football. So don't twist it.
What's the difference? You saw like what does better mean?
Hold on. Whether them play good football or play better football, the fact is who win the league at the end of the season. So even if you play good, if you play good that day and you lose, the point is you still not get the 3 points. And if you win, you still get the 3 points.
Guys, let me jump in. Yeah, this is why this is important. This is why playing good football is important. It's not a tournament football, no. It's a 38-game season. Playing well consistently, even though you may lose some games, give you an indication how you're going to perform throughout the season. You can't just have a 1 good game or a 2 good game or 3 good game. It's a sustained period of performance. And we have done that over 6 games. That's why we feel bad about losing, but we're saying, you know what? I like how my team is playing. Even though we're at Man U,
you play when you win to Crystal Palace?
We play well against Crystal Palace.
Lies. You play for 25 minutes. You play for 25 minutes to Crystal Palace. And then Crystal Palace walk all over your side. Left, right, and center.
Rome, hold on there. Me hear the man them talk about who have a system. And then if you mention it. Arsenal system has been building for so long with this Arteta player.
How long?
We just got a new coach this season. So we don't bother come go on like say talk about pretty football. We have improved under this coach.
Benzie.
Hold on, Cranky. The man said, even though we got the 3 points, we are still not where we want to be. So obviously, I am getting from this that this is a work in progress. Me don't know about over Arsenal. Me know someone having a coach long time. We no beat him. We no say Arteta out. We no say this out. I'm not glad now because the man I win 2 games. So no bill.
But coach, that's every team. That's every team. Coach. Me no want to excuse that Ten Hag. Coach. How much did Ten Hag spend in one window? Because you guys are missing that now.
Oh, that made me so to you know. When I bring up money spending now, when I watch your pocket. Not because you're accountant cranky. You don't stop watch your pocket.
Well, I know. Chelsea, Man City, all I big side them have been playing and spend more money, right? Why should we sit there and talk about freedom pocket when Manchester United should be focused on Manchester United? Don't focus on our pocket, Barry. Our accountant focus on free pocket. That's what I say. We don't need to focus on your hearing nobody say.
We have money. I know we make them have the money.
Right. You know why you say Ben Shite pay them spend 50 million for Ben Shite? You know why you say them pay 70 million for man who just get saying gonna loan because him no good. You hear him talk?
Fourth official, you want to talk about money where people spend on
That's what I say. Me not saying about your team. Me not saying about the money. So why you not on my side? Why you not stop talking about my side? Why you not stop talking about my side? I'm on.
You don't just talk about it. Fourth official, no go down the road with Manchester United and spend it and play.
Yeah. So we can't believe that victory cause on if you think about we pocket, cause on if you think about who play better, cause on if you think about this that. We can't believe, man.
All right, let me ask.
So guys, I had to drop off a while ago. Because a Man U fan just come check me. I tell him I'll talk to him later. He's like, we got to talk about yesterday. I'm like, no, we don't. We don't have to talk about yesterday.
So let me ask you this. Fourth official, given what you have seen, because Arsenal, you bring Arsenal back down to earth. I'll give you all of that. What are, based on the 6 games, what are your thoughts on Manchester United and how they will progress in the league, and what is your prediction for them?
So, all right. At first, before we talk about previous predictions, right?
Sorry, tell the people your previous prediction.
Oh, me this Manchester United come in second and Tottenham will come first. You understand what I say?
So now that you see 6 games.
And what were you drinking at the time? Were you?
No. Yeah, I drink some Hennessy at the time. It tastes good. But here's the reason why I thought that Tottenham was gonna win because of Conte and the team that they're building. But that's for another day. What I'm thinking is Manchester United is in the ascendancy and they are on an upward plane. And for that to continue in the way they're going right now, they're going to be a couple losses, couple draws, and say, but I still think that they're on a ascendancy that can always lead to 3rd or 4th in the league.
So you move them from 2nd now to 3rd or 4th.
To 3rd or 4th. And no, to be serious with you, to quite honest, I really think that 3rd and 4th plus a championship, a Europa League championship is a good season for Manchester United. And I do think that we can do it. I do think that, especially with the team that we have and going into the market in January and bring a striker in, I think we can do it.
So let me ask you now. So who you think going to win the league?
Man City.
And 2nd?
Tottenham.
And 3rd?
Manchester United.
And 4th?
It's kind of tough, to be honest with you, because if Arsenal don't go back in the market in January, and Chelsea will go back into the market in January, Chelsea will come forward. Because remember, as I said,
so you remember a team named Liverpool?
No, man, Liverpool don't, you know. If Liverpool, let's talk about it in the past 6 games, right? The 6 games we'll watch.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, if Liverpool don't go into the market in January and buy 2 footballers, 2 midfielders in January, them now go win a lot of games this season.
All right.
Remember me tell you that.
So Liverpool and Arsenal are 5th, 6th place team this
Yeah, man.
season.
And Chelsea come forward. Yo, you guys, you know watching Liverpool game.
See a man you afraid of shake your head down.
Yo, me can tell you right now. Me can tell you right now. I've been watching. I've been watching the Liverpool. Me watch all of the 6 games. Then, as me say, me have a 6-pack. The Premier League. No, the Premier League 6-pack. Meaning the 6 team plus a 6-pack of Heineken. Right? I'm watch the games them every day, every weekend. I'm gonna tell us that Liverpool is not the Liverpool of last year or the year before. Remember me tell you that.
All right, Coach Vinci. Fourth official, you change already, you know, and you're gonna change again.
Wait, why they have the ascendancy in change? Why they have the ascendancy in change?
Hold on, no. I see me, you know, when you can't tie me up like fall, you know.
We're suggesting that we tie your fourth official like fall.
No, yeah. No. Let's tell you right now.
What may I say still? For me, Manchester United still in my seatbelt, you know. Me just excited over the win, but me still in my seatbelt. I, like the coach, believe that there's still a lot of work to be done.
Right.
And this EPL season, it has started out the first 6 games very competitive, like a seesaw sort of thing. Normally, I came up with this new thing for this season that I'm going to rate the teams in each third or four quarters, so to speak. It's not fully 4 quarter, but first 10 games, I make an assessment. Second 10 game, which are 20 game. The third, which are 30 games, and then the last 8 games, you can decide where the teams are going to be. But for the first 2 quarters, first 20 games, I'm going to make an assessment of where the team will be. Even though you're going to be having 18 games, a whole lot of games can cause adjustment. But for me, I now call it United still a struggle for me and beat 2 of the big teams. That is good, valuable points. But at the same time, I still think we're shaky. You understand? Arsenal look like they are playing good football.
No, coach, me don't like that. We look like we are playing good football.
My answer. So look like you want the people in here again. Arsenal look like they are playing good football.
Look like?
And you want me to say it again? All right. Arsenal look like they are playing good football. They seem more cohesive. You see a little bit more fighting spirit from an Arsenal team. Do they have the quality in depth in squad to win the title? I don't know. City, they are playing good football, but teams are finding grinding out results from them. Liverpool don't look like themselves, but you can't write off Liverpool. Chelsea, not too busy with Chelsea still. Tottenham are grind out results though. So this year is gonna be competitive. I still believe 6 games is too small a sample size for me to say, hey, this team is gonna win, that team is gonna win. It's too competitive at the moment.
All right, Cranky.
So look, if I go to, Man U first, which is Man U has an expensive team.
Say that again.
Man U has an expensive team. Let's not.
I'm right.
Wait. So wait. Man U. So let's not play Man U like the victim and where they are. Their team is one of the most expensive teams in world football, barring none. Much more expensive than us. So they have quality players. It's just to get a good manager to fit the pieces together. No, they have quality players. Sancho is quality. Rashford is quality. Anthony is quality. Casemiro is quality.
Bruno.
Varane is half quality.
Bruno.
I'm not the biggest Bruno fan.
So you tell me say Bruno no quality. Me know why you want to say. Me just wonder if Bruno quality.
Bruno is quality when he's winning. Wait. There's a difference between a player when they run to adversity and they can manage it, like my Odegaard doesn't. Bruno to me is not my favorite player because you know what? Bruno just likes to cry, and when he doesn't have the ball, he's not in the game. So let's not take the Bruno as the best. But it's my time. He said cranky.
The
He said
Boston
for official, our men's, he said cranky.
The Boston was
No,
coming.
but we are cranky. Look like it's a thing with the Portugal players. They
Yeah.
don't cry.
Put up Boston was coming.
Crying enough. But anyway, let me talk about Arsenal now, which is we are building a very good team. We have a bunch of kids who won't mature for the next 3-4 years. What my team has shown is that you need a CDM with quality. We have an old CDM is about 40 years old. I said 35, probably 40. Always breaking down like an old horse. Can't stay fit. Because if he was fit yesterday, I have no qualms about the Man U game. He would not be like the Congo, running out of position and not be in the middle of the park when the counterattack starts. We went to get, that's where we ran, and then he got injured, because and then he would have been there. We went to get Douglas Luiz and couldn't get him. We went to get Danilo and couldn't get him. We need a CDM. So if you don't have a CDM to protect your defense, the ball between the line will always going to be there, like we saw yesterday. If we get that CDM and the kids like Vieira, who I heard Brasco and others pundits, extolling his virtues, how great he is, we get Vieira, Smith Rowe, Marquinhos to play the Europa League, build up their experience, build a momentum. I am confident what we have, but we need a CDM to back up Partey or to take Partey's space. Because Partey's only played about 55% of the game since he's been with us for the last 2.5 years, and that doesn't work. And the World Cup will decide who comes second, third, and fourth, not the league, because after the World Cup, we'll see who is still standing and who can help their team, because all the major players are going to the World Cup, or most of the major players. And that's going to be a decider for a lot of players. Like Partey going for Ghana, he ain't coming back to us, man. He's done. There's no way he recovers. He has to go play the World Cup. No way he recovers, he's going to play for us. So we got to get a CDM like Danilo in the window. But I am very pleased with my team. I thought yesterday we went to Old Trafford and we lost, but we bossed it. I smiled during the game saying, you know what? Even though we lose, I went to Old Trafford and made their fans saying, yeah, we won, but.
Okay.
When you win, there's no but. They say, but Arsenal played better. But I was a little bit nervous. But they bossed the game.
Hey, first official, do you think Luke Shaw can make a team? Luke Shaw can't make Manchester United team ever again. In just back up. Right now, he can play Europa League, FA Cup, and calling up on him. So, look at man in Malaysia, the man that take over the world.
No, Saka had him on a string. Saka had him on a string yesterday, by the way. Saka had his best game yesterday against Man U for the whole season. Saka had him on a rope yesterday, just running around like he doesn't know what he's doing. So don't boss him up about how great he is, because yesterday he didn't look good.
He wasn't involved.
Go watch the game. Saka had him on ropes yesterday. Let me say this, though. On your bench, in your defense, Luke Shaw was what, 35, 36 million? Wan-Bissaka, 50 million?
Harry Maguire,
80 million? You have
a money them,
you have
So what's the point that you saying the price?
It proved the point then. That's why I win the game. It proved the point.
You have 165 million pounds on your bench.
I have a different team and I beat you.
Yeah, we have an expensive team and we beat it. So argument the rest.
Right.
Yeah,
no. Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah.
So
let me make what I would say is that Arsenal were without one of the most influential players yesterday
in the Premier League.
Right. And so that contributed to the defeat. But good going, Man U capitalized on it. I respect this coach from he was at Ajax. I think that probably in the next couple of years when he gets his team together, you're going to see the real Manchester United. I think this season, however, I don't see him finishing in the top 4 with them. Unless they go back in the January market and bring in some more players that he's familiar with out of Ajax. I know there was a next player there that they were trying to get a midfielder. I don't know if he gets like 3-4 more and it becomes Ajax Manchester kind of a thing, right?
No, Ajax is Man U farm team. But you know something? For the official, you know why I thought we were going to do better today? When I picked the two teams, the combined team, I didn't have one Man U team play in my team. Not one. And yet we lost. No, okay. I'm telling you.
Okay.
And I was trying to be objective.
Okay.
Tell me which Man U player would get to my team. And the position they're playing. Not in terms of the overall playing ability. At the position in playing, which Man U player would get into my team?
and then I complain about money. You see me at all?
You don't talk.
So I believe.
But that's my point, coach. That's my point. That's my point.
I believe.
David De Gea can make a side any day.
I believe.
Who?
David De Gea can make a side any day.
Over Ramsdale?
Varane can make any side over Arsenal right now any day.
Over Saliba? I don't think so. Over
Can
Saliba?
make any side of Arsenal any day.
Who?
Malacia. The Martinez any day. You don't have a right back. You don't have a right back. You can slap the Latin team any day.
Over Tamayasu? No, I don't think so.
Ericsson can play over Shaka any day. Bruno can play over Odegaard any day. McTominay can play over Lokongo any day.
McTominay play CDM.
That's not about Casemiro. That's about McTominay. If a Casemiro is done, you talk about you might get Gabriel Jesus. You might get Gabriel Jesus.
So for the official.
Right wing, left wing, you don't have nobody. Sancho can't play over Martinelli. And there's no way. All right, we can get Saka because he just come back. He just come in the league. We're gonna give him a chance to impress himself. So you can keep Saka. But there's no way a too smart they can get out your team. So don't tell me what you combine 11. Tell me what you combine 2. Me have the other 9.
No. But for the official, I mean, you spoiled like a Man U fan. I was watching Sky Sports. They had a thing, and you know what? They got 4 in the. Even then, it was debatable. They had Sky Sports with Robbie and some guy from Man U picking the team, and there was a Man U fan there also and a Tottenham fan. And they got 4 Man U players in the team, and those 4 I didn't agree with. So you're right. If you're a Man U fan, it should be 11 you pick. Why are you picking 9? It should be 11.
But Cranky, then you are speaking as a true Arsenal fan. So anyway, you take it, everybody are going to be them fun. So if a man pick 9,
I would say objectively.
You pick 11, you know. Yeah. You pick 11 and him pick 9, so he's more objective than you.
No. It's true that he's totally biased.
What Mr. Saka can say, because Saka a baller, and our baller not show himself in the Premier League, right?
No, listen, the truth is...
Jesus can play because you don't have a set striker. We have Rashford around up and down as a striker.
Let me say
Jesus can say, you want every baller.
No, let me say this. Let me
be more
objective. Let me be more objective. All right? In midfield, a fit Thomas Partey starts.
Over Casemiro.
Of course.
Casemiro over Casemiro.
No, it's better than Casemiro.
Yo.
Casemiro can get a McTominay.
Yo.
You think Partey can come in and get a McTominay? Casemiro can get a
McTominay. Yo.
Get McTominay at team.
Yo. You're telling me. Listen what I'm saying. You're telling me that a fit Thomas Partey can play over Casemiro.
Yes.
No doubt in my mind. Okay. 0 doubt in my mind. If they're not close. First of all, is this. Wait. First of all, it's management and fourth official and coach. Think about this. Partey is not just a CDM, he can progress the ball. Casemiro can't progress the ball. Win the ball and get a Madrid and give to Bruno.
Nonsense. Oh, Thomas Partey over Casemiro.
Every day of the week.
Coach is this. Mr. Talk to them, because they want to talk sense.
Coach. Who's the starting CDM for Manchester United today?
This man does fumble words, Barry.
No. Who's the starting CDM for Manchester United today?
What?
Who's the starting CDM for Manchester United today?
McTominay.
He's getting no Casemiro?
So you're telling me that McTominay is better than Casemiro?
You can't use that cranky. You cannot.
The man want to learn how Ten Hag play and want to learn the team before he bring him to the team.
Ten Hag play. Ten Hag a coach. Ten Hag not play.
What I'm saying is when Casemiro get brought into this team fully prepared to play football. Because Ten Hag got a certain type of football when play. Listen, hold on. Ten Hag got a certain type of football when one play.
No.
You is right. Anthony right now.
That is not it. Listen,
Thomas Partey impact world football. Oh, Thomas Partey impact English Premier League.
When Thomas Partey win a lot, when
Impact Champions League.
when he win a trophy, when last win a trophy,
Can I say this? Can I say this? Can I say
when he
this?
win a trophy.
You know, where by Partey? Wait by Partey. He played against Liverpool and Anfield and dominated the midfield against Liverpool. When Liverpool were in their Champions League.
Ask again.
Liverpool not a midfield. Liverpool not a midfield.
Let me say this to you, Port official. Because I'm a part of a championship team doesn't make me a championship player.
So you're telling me.
Hold on, Ford. Let me answer him. Real Madrid did not have Casemiro in one of their team when they play one game. And he was missed so much because of the role that he played in the team. Don't tell me anything.
You mean like a women sponsor yesterday?
Is a general, and I'm not a fan.
May I ask you something real quick? So you're telling me that
Casemiro in football in pedigree.
Hey, hold on.
In football pedigree, him the above party.
All right, let me just say this. Steve, we're gone. Listen, when you watch the league this season, if you're picking an 11, you will, and based on this season's performances, because that's what they were doing on Sky, then a fit party would have to be.
You can't say a fit party if for this season. You cannot say a fit party for this season. He's not playing.
He played 4 games. He played 4 games.
Well, party are playing at party level. Casemiro, they are gala virgin. A joke thing that.
Admit that. Me I forgot.
Can I say something? My first guys, you guys have to watch. You guys have to watch more football. Let me just say, you gotta watch more football and assess players' ability differently. I'm actually serious. So think about this way. Casemiro is not the same level like Thomas Partey. It's not even close. Casemiro is a good football. He can win the ball and get the ball to the people who can play football. So those of you talking about Casemiro is like great. He came in and came displaced by autonomy. He came displaced the center midfielder that's there. I don't care what anybody wants to say about playing Tom Hog football. No. Ten Hag football. He can't displace autonomy. How are you going to displace Partey?
People talk. Listen, let me tell you this. People talking about Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey played against Real Madrid, against Atletico Madrid. We're not talking about
Atletico Madrid. He played, yeah. And against Barcelona, all those teams.
We're not talking about what Casemiro did with Brazil and what Thomas Partey did with Ghana. We're not talking about world football.
Thomas Partey cannot be on the level of Casemiro, bench. Me not subscribe to that.
Minzy,
you hear me ask you know.
Minzy, do you watch Partey week in, week out?
I call me them, man. Me not tell them, man, me not go party. I call with them.
Exactly. Defense rest. If you haven't watched him, he's a brilliant footballer. Not good footballer, a brilliant footballer.
So
the ability to see a pass. Wait.
No, but no, Cranky. I am not saying he's not a good footballer. But you are Mannings. You are Mannings that put it like Thomas Partey are one of the biggest midfielder ever. Why no most club never run after him? Like how they want Kante.
No, I know. No,
Nobody don't see him.
Minzy, Cranky's argument and my argument are different. What I am asking you, let me say it again. Based on Premier League season, we're talking about the 11. The best 11. When they are picking the 11 for the week, they pick it based on performance in the league. If you're picking it based on that Thomas Partey fit plays over Casemiro. When you watch the Arsenal game, the 3 games that he has played in this season, he has been dominant for Arsenal. On that merit, he makes it over Casemiro. Casemiro has not started yet for Manchester United.
Minzy, here's my point, Minzy, because you guys are missing the point. Varane is a perfect example. He played in all those Madrid teams. Did Varane put up trees for last year for Manchester United? Did Varane put up in the trees last year for Manchester United? Was he a big cog in that wheel, playing beside Ramos? Wasn't he an all-world defender? How did he look last year in the entire season? How did he look? No, he had some injuries, but how did he look?
Yeah, but so if I'm going to pick, let me just say this: if I'm going to pick an 11, then based, and I'm doing it based on this season performance. It is the Arsenal go and get the left back position because Tommy as he hasn't played. I don't trust Benny White, so the Manchester man get the right back position. Centre back Saliba with one of the Manchester centre back because Gabriel has not looked well. In midfield, based on performance, Thomas Partey, Bruno Fernandes, and Odegaard plays in midfield.
Objectivity.
Huh?
Objectivity, I beat Cranky right now.
No, because we can't play Fernandes and something in midfield because we can't have three attacking midfielder. It don't make no sense. That's not how you
one
pick
is a
team.
box to box. Bruno also play box to box.
Box to box where? Bruno's at 10. Bruno can't play no box to box.
No, man,
Bruno can't defend himself. Bruno can't defend himself.
So I'm
going to play box to box and can't defend.
So, and then up front, listen, Gabriel Jesus start at centre forward because he's been there, and Martinelli. I would not start Saka on the right. I would start Sancho based on this season performance.
No, look, the pick was a combination of ability to play and performance this season. It was not one-dimensional. It was one or the other. It was based on their overall ability, coupled with it was historical performance, overall ability, and how they performed this season. And frankly, look, I was being facetious saying nobody get the team.
Because I was being
facetious meaning that, in every position, either we get the position or we're close to getting the position. I was being facetious about no player getting the team. But frankly, some are debatable. Sancho is debatable. Eriksen probably is not debatable, frankly. Because Eriksen is probably the only player you could say definitely. But all their positions are debatable.
Yeah.
Look at Martinez against Brentford. He got bullied.
Any one of the goalkeepers can keep because I think both of them are prone to mistakes.
No, they're not anyone goalkeeper because De Gea is poor with his feet. You saw Ramsdale distribution yesterday, apart from his normal one error game.
But
his distribution was exceptional. But his distribution was exceptional, man. Management, exceptional distribution. Finding my right back throughout the whole Ben White throughout the whole game. Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, Man U fans can crow because they won. And when you have won, it's your time to crow. But I am saying at the end of the season, if we can get Partey back fit and get another CDM, I expect us to finish above Man U.
Yeah,
even
well,
though
let me say
they
this
have
because
a
I want
good
to be
team.
clear. Like, I don't think Liverpool falls out of top 4.
I agree with them on it.
So I don't agree with Fourth Official, and people please check out the Fourth Official channel. I don't think Liverpool falls out of the top 4. I think
this season the top 6 or top 7, because I'm going to include Newcastle when they get maximum minimum back, when they get Wilson back, when they get the CDM back, Shelby back, they'll be competing because they're tough to play.
But they need to get a good
Guimaraes back. They're missing like 4 or 5 players, and they're still playing teams like City well, and they still should have won the game when they will out that call for that fallen goalkeeper. So they could be up there further. They have a very balanced team. Now they have two center forwards as good as anybody in the league, frankly. If you think about their center forward play.
Listen, I just feel
they're going to be competitive.
Liverpool is the team, I think, that can push Manchester City the most. So I think they find a way to be first or second still. All right?
I don't think Liverpool is going to put Man City. I think Liverpool is going through a transition period. They only spend net spend was like nothing this year. I think they needed to, like Leicester used to be Leicester, you need to supplement your squad every year, no matter how good you are. And they haven't done enough to supplement that squad. You have a lot of young kids coming through, like Elliott and Cavalli and others, but they need to supplement their squad with some adults. That's what we don't have. We don't have enough adults in our team. And Big Deal saying I know nothing about football. I agree with you, Big Deal. I know nothing about football.
Yeah.
I just like the sport.
And then what I will say now, going out cranky is this. Third place, I think it's going to be Tottenham, Arsenal, and Chelsea.
So we put Liverpool. Second?
I think Liverpool, I think Liverpool have more offensive weapons than Tottenham, Arsenal, and Manchester.
No. Tottenham have more offensive weapons than Liverpool.
Really? Listen, Diego Jota just coming back. Luis Diaz, Mane, listen.
Which Mane? Mane's at Bayern. Keep going.
Salamin,
Yeah.
Darwin Nunes, there's still a Firmino, right?
Yeah. Four.
That's five.
So you said what are 5 again? You said Diaz, Firmino, Nunes, Salah, Jota. 5.
Yeah.
Right? You only need 3 if they're healthy.
Exactly, and they have 5.
Wait. But look at Spurs. Son, Kane,
Richarlison. That's it.
Richarlison and Kovaleski's been playing really well.
Well, he was
right wing has been playing really well. No, he's keeping Richardson on the team. And Richardson has been balling the last 2 games, or when he comes in a substitute. Okay? They have 4 offensive juggernaut, frankly, as far as I'm concerned. Their problem is he's playing 3 at the back, no creativity in the middle to get the ball to the forward. Even though Bentancur can do that, but if he doesn't do enough. So Spurs have more firepower. The question is, what's behind those 4 players?
I don't think they have more firepower than Liverpool.
No, they have more firepower than Liverpool.
Really?
How many goals Salah? Wait.
We
How
have a
many goals
Liverpool
Salah
man
scored?
online. So we have a Liverpool fan. Salty, go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah.
So me there with my watching a still called a holiday. Hey, it's kind of interesting listening to like Cranky and other people talk about these teams, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like you see how Cranky just talk about Newcastle, and he's reeling off the names of all the people who are injured and haven't played, and when them come back and all of this. I notice whenever you guys speak about Liverpool, that is not something on a bring up, you know. That is not correct. For instance, Thiago, him play part of the first game, he don't play 6. Navigator don't play in a game. Darwin Nunes go get himself 3 game suspension, just come back. Joel Matip just come back. Diego Jota just come back Saturday gone. And I notice when people talk about Liverpool,
Chamberlain has not played.
What I'm saying is, every team have injuries, right?
Yeah.
But like the guy we called fourth official a while ago, and Cranky a while ago, what they will do is that they talk about Liverpool based on what they see so far on the field. They make no mentions of these injuries. But then when they talk about other teams, suddenly they remember all these injuries that other teams have.
Beat them,
Liverpool not play a game with yeah. So now Tottenham have better firepower than Liverpool.
No way, I not agree with that.
Diego Jota don't play in a game as we say. Just come back Saturday. The guy Nunes go get himself suspended for 3 games, just come back. And so forth and so on. So the whole team, I've not been there yet, you know.
Yeah, even
Salty, can I say something? We haven't talked about Liverpool extensively. I did say they need to supplement their squad. I did say they have a number of young players like the Elliots of the world who they need to supplement with some.
These players start like Elliott and Carvalho. These guys starting because guys injured.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, Keita hasn't produced since he's been with you. The Ox is always injured. Thiago is exceptional, but Thiago has also been injured since he's been with you. Henderson is now injured. Yeah, Henderson is now injured, and he's good for you. You lost Wijnaldum.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
You lost Mane and Wijnaldum, which has been huge for you. So and Salah's not been scoring.
No,
so
Wijnaldum is like Wijnaldum. Listen. We lost Wijnaldum the season before last. And since then we finished 1 point out of it. So nobody bring up Wijnaldum again. Because
it's important. It's important. No. Salty. This is not a 1-year thing, Salty. If you have a set system.
No, I'm not saying it's important. I'm just saying to bring him up this season after we play a full season without him last year and lose the league by 1 point and went to Champions League final. It's kind of irrelevant. So you just go by last year and what last year, what happened last year.
The point I'm trying to make is that you're not supplementing your team. No. The point I'm bringing up is that you lost Mane this year. You lost Wijnaldum. You're bringing Nunes as a replacement for Mane. How will I put it? Which we'll see how that works out. You're bringing Carvalho.
I don't see him as a replacement. I see when he's on the field, them play more direct ball, like ball from the back to the front to try get like the ball when him chest down and hit it on the bar Saturday. I see whenever he plays, they do more of that.
Listen, all right, Coach Minzy, hold on this one because me see El Padrino says Spurs firepower is better. If you do a combined 11 Spurs, Liverpool 2 out of 3 forward will be Spurs always. Listen. And
Management, do it right now. Management,
I don't agree with that.
Do it right now. Do it right now. Do it right now. Do it right now.
Listen, Harry.
Hey,
no, do it right now.
Let me tell you something. Let me say something about Spurs.
I need to answer this. But go ahead, Sauti, and then you'll hear from
hold on. I think like Harry Kane would start anywhere.
Yeah.
Like anywhere.
And any other team there.
You see, to me, the rest of Spurs is a counter-attacking team. So man like Son, if you notice a lot of times what you see with Son finish is that he might run on from all the offline and man just split the defense on him because they play a lot of counter-attacking. Like Spurs not really have to break down the team like how teams play Liverpool, you know. And Liverpool forwards don't get off of the field like Son and them guys, you know. Where a man just play a turn. Like if you notice, you will see Harry Kane sometime him dropping at the midfield, pick up the ball and turn and just let it go. And there's the Son run gone. That's the kind of forward play that Tottenham get to play because they're a counter-attacking team.
Yeah.
That is all Son. So me not really have Son on that pedestal because
you
watch them and
Here's what you guys are missing. Here's what you guys are missing. Here's what you guys are missing. So the most underrated player on Tottenham team today is Richarlison. And here's why. So two things. One is
who?
He doesn't play for he play for Watford. Richarlison.
Man, tap your phone.
Listen, so this is why he started knock me. He played for Watford, he played for Everton, not good teams with good players, and he was their standout player. And watching for Spurs, the 2 games played for Spurs so far. When he came on the other day to set up Kane, he's being unplayable. And by the way, guys, he does play for Brazil, you know.
Let me see.
He plays for Brazil.
Who them play Saturday?
They won 2. They played Fulham.
No, man. Everton they played. Was that a drawn game?
No, Fulham.
Liverpool played Everton.
Oh, Liverpool. Sorry. Oh, mixing up Spurs. Yeah. Spurs won. Spurs won.
Yeah, who they played again? Them win 2-1. We forget who them played.
Fulham.
Okay. No, 2-1 them win, man.
Yeah, 2-1. Yeah, they won. Yeah, Mitrovic scored. But
boy, Mitrovic score again.
6-6. Let me say this, Sauti. So people keep saying that. Listen, Luis Diaz is a better winger than Son.
That's your opinion.
Let me say this. This season, Luis Diaz has been more effective than Son. In the Premier League.
But management.
But that's what I'm picking the team.
Management. We judge a body of work. I keep telling you, there's 3 criteria.
But it is unfair to judge a body of work when Luis Diaz was not playing in the league.
Management. It's three criteria. Body of work. Your ability, how you do the season, right?
Yes.
There is not one criteria, management. It's 3 that we're utilizing, and you're just using 1.
No. If I am selecting a combined 11, Spurs versus Liverpool, based on what we have seen right now, Trent starts, Alisson starts, Robertson starts,
We're talking about firepower. We're talking about forward. When you say forward,
start, Salah start, and Luis Diaz starts.
No,
but you want Luis Diaz. Some people say Son. Some people may say
Listen, to me, when it comes to Son, to me, when we watch, when Tottenham play Liverpool, when them play Man City, and maybe when them play Arsenal, them are going to do the same thing. I believe that if Luis Diaz play in a Tottenham team, or if Saka, want them forward, them do the same thing with Son do. Because all they do is counter-attack, and people like Son get a lot of space to gallop away from people and then finish. So all of them players that who get off of the field for run on to and pass, I go do the same thing.
What you're missing,
hold on, let me finish. When the man play on certain teams now, where the whole defense is in front of them, is a different thing completely. And until me see Son in our team like that, me not put Son to that elevation.
That's not true, Sauti. That's not true. Because Son scored what? How much goals Son scored last season? And the season before? They weren't all counter-attacking games. They only play counter-attacking against the
I'm
better
saying
team.
Tottenham, most of Tottenham game is counter-attacking game. Even the game against, they are probably the only team in the league so far to make Chelsea look good now. Because them sit off the whole game and was doing the same thing again.
That's not Tottenham. That's actually Conte way of playing. The difference between Tottenham, who
that's
plays...
how them play all the time.
No. There's a Tottenham who plays...
Even when the other manager was there, when the one of them fired, they was doing the same thing.
Let me finish this out. Let me finish now. Make your time. So here's the thing. When they play against the better teams in the years past, they play counter-attacking football because they know they couldn't match up firepower for firepower. They would dominate the smaller teams and play counter-attacking against the teams like City or Liverpool or Chelsea. Antonio Conte's game is 3 at the back, which lends itself to more counter-attacking football. He wants to suck you in and counter you. Right? That's how he plays. That's Tottenham only played that way in the past. Mourinho played that way also. But that's not always been Tottenham's strategy about how they play. In fact, Tottenham's fans have complained.
All right.
Here's my last point. Spurs fans have complained, because I do stream with them also, that we'll take a trophy now, but we don't want to play like that going forward.
All right, let me hear Coach Minzy. What you think? If you're going to pick, and because I can't do body of work, because most of us started following Luis Diaz recently. If you're taking body of work, obviously Song is in there. But based on, because we only can pick us 11 based on this season, who would be the 3 persons up front for you?
It's easy, you know. Kane, Salah, and for me, there's no significant difference between Son and Diaz. But would I go with Diaz? Would I go with Son? Because I already know how he plays in the Prem. So if I do that, I'm going to pick Son. But I don't think...
What's already done this season?
How many goals Son scored this season?
None. But my coach means to finish. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, based on this season, you know.
Yeah, hold on, Sauti. Go ahead, coach.
It's based on this season.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Based on this season.
So
because remember when they pick the combined 11, a lot of it has to do with the season. So we can't go on the last 4 season work. Based on this season, who makes it?
Then you can't something there. You can't. You'd have be do Diaz an injustice to put him up against Son.
If it based on this season, Van Dijk would make a team.
What?
Van
Dijk couldn't make it?
Van Dijk has been poor this season.
No, but
poor.
No,
Sauti,
what I'm
tell us how great Van Dijk has been this season, Sauti. Tell us how great Van Dijk has been. I want to hear it.
I don't think if you make a combined 11 with Tottenham and Liverpool, Van Dijk couldn't make it.
My point is this. If you're using the first 6 games of the season, Van Dijk has been poor.
Because the first thing, in the first place, Tottenham is like Chelsea last year with guys like Rudiger and them guys. Once you play with 3 centre-back, you're getting more help than a man who are playing at 2 centre-back.
But some guys are missing my point, though.
The defenders that are playing for Tottenham, could they play for Liverpool with the 2 centre-back and highline thing?
No.
You guys are not making any sense. You're not making any sense. You're not making any sense. If you're using the first 6 games...
What I'm saying...
He said, but here's the point.
Let's go one at a time so we don't
have... Man is saying this, which don't make any sense. No ability, no overall performance throughout your career based on your accomplishments, only the first 6 games. No. The first 6 games, if you look at how people have played, Højbjerg has 2 goals in the first 6 games. Does he get in the team? He's playing really well. Does he get in the team?
No, but here's it exactly. If you're going on overall quality, Alisson starts, Van Dijk start, Robertson start, left back Trent Alexander start.
Most Liverpool players starts.
Right, so we can't use that because there are players who have performed better than some of the Liverpool players in the Spurs team.
But how exceptionally better in the 6 games? If they are close, you want to go with the Liverpool players.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying, that because Song has not looked as good this season, in fact, he has missed some easy goals this season.
Diaz,
Salah scored. Has Salah looked good this season? Salah look good?
Mr. Liverpool score 9 goals and him not score none, you know.
But how much assist did he have in the game?
But if you have a same as striker and him to score a goal, then
you have to watch how him play. If you notice, even the goal where the equalizer against what the team name Newcastle. What you have to know is that Salah pick up the ball wide right, and as soon as him pick it up, there's always two defenders going at it. Always two defenders. Whoever play fullback and some midfield. So what me I say? You can't just look on it same as score goal. Once the two defender come at him, like when he do against Newcastle and give Firmino the ball, then him leg of the ball and the man whoever get another shot, get a shot. But you have to watch the game every time they play the ball, there's always two defenders.
That means yeah, debunk Manning's argument because Manning's are going to pick Diaz over Son because him score more goal than Son. So you debunk that argument and
no,
only goal
scorer. Me talk about the overall effect on the game. Salah always get the ball.
I'm agreeing with you, Southie. I agree with you that you debunk Manning's talk because Manning sound like him use goal scoring to select Diaz over Son.
Yeah, look, I mean, we would agree that
that would be Manning's, if that Manning's are used, or that Manning's are used. But me just try use the overall game, how me see a man play and them things there, and what me see happen on the field. Like to me, a lot of people say Salah now score no goal, but he not score no goal per goal. But when me watch a game, me notice as soon as him get the ball on the wing, you always are going to see him get double team. Always. So him have that effect. And once you double team a player, it means to say you're supposed to have another player open. So it's
I don't totally agree with Southie. I don't totally agree with Southie. I watched him play against Everton. He wasn't getting double teamed. The kid from Ukraine was marking him out. Look, people do that with Saka a lot.
No, he was marking him by himself.
He
never marked Salah by himself.
All Saka fans always say when you don't play well, it's double team. That's nonsense. If you hold the ball up,
it is not nonsense. How can you say it is nonsense? It's not nonsense. What them do? What them do?
So it's Saka. I don't know if
man is man. What I'm talking. No, I know him say Saka too. Yeah. I know him say Saka too. And him talking about this guy from Ukraine who was playing. This guy never once played Salah one-on-one. What them do? The right back, whoever play left back or whatever, they faced Salah. That person faced Salah. And then you have the midfielder who comes across. And they make it two people. The one who face him and the one to his side. So him either have to try go between them or then he stops and pass the ball back or across to somebody in the thing. But this guy is not facing him one-on-one. No, he's not facing him one-on-one. And them don't face Saka one-on-one either. Them don't face Saka one-on-one either. And you know who going to be the next player them going to do that to? That guy Anthony.
Manny's man. Salah's been in the league for what? Salah's been in the league for about 5-6 years. You want to tell me the strategy that they employ to play Saka has changed this year versus the previous 5-6 years? Really?
The strategy of what?
Of how Saka is played by any team has changed this year versus previous years. No, I'm talking about Saka.
Yeah, man, he's talking Saka at Arsenal.
Salah. No, Salah.
Oh, Salah.
You're trying to tell me now
when Salah scored the goal against Manchester City last year. How many players did he beat right there at the edge of the box and then put the ball in?
You're talking about
I'm asking you. It is not that the strategy. No strategy has changed. Them doing that all the time.
All right, let me hear the question because whenever.
So here's the thing, man. You can't say because someone's not scoring, they're deploying 2-1 people to cover him when the strategy about how you play him hasn't changed year after year.
Okay, so what you're saying, they have always double teamed him.
He's always had more attention than most players because of how he plays. The question is how is the player playing since he got his big contract?
So he's saying that what Cranky said is that
changed?
He has always been played this way.
Yeah, people are saying you get double teamed.
He's always playing that way, right?
Before? No, man, meaning that how the teams are playing.
Who was he playing with as a partner?
What do you mean? Firmino, same Firmino.
And Mane.
Same Jota. Mane used to play on the left.
Firmino then.
Mane was on the left. Mane is not playing beside him. He's playing beside him.
Hold on. Firmino then is the same as him is now. So why them also have to pay? They also have to pay attention to them two people too.
So you say no, they don't pay
That was a
attention to
different
Elliot or
thing.
anybody playing beside him. So you say no, they don't pay attention to anybody
They're
playing
not
beside
going
him.
to they're not going to the same as them other two ruthless players. That's how sports is. That's how just basketball, football, everything is. It's like basketball.
I
You
don't
try
agree
to
with
double
you.
team Steph
Salah
Curry
is
and
not
leave somebody
the
else
same
open.
Salah. Man is man. It's not the same Salah.
Minzy, when you have a 2K,
no, listen. I like this. Have nothing. Man's man.
We know about
I told somebody this Saturday. I don't want every time I talk about nothing, me not fear about case. And I don't want every time I talk about something I fear about Liverpool. Sometimes I can just give opinion because of my opinion. Like in a frame by which part I go to school and then sometimes I'm tired to hear it. Because I tell a man this Saturday too, I was talking about something and he must say, I'm saying, listen, don't come to me all the time with this KCT. It's tens of thousands of people went to KC over this 90 odd years, and we are not all the same people.
Right. So what I want to ask is, given because we can only, it's too early, and people say, yeah, it's early season. So what I want to know is that, and what do you think about Liverpool's position? Because I still believe with the firepower they have.
It's fine. It's 6 points. We're 6 points off of the lead. The thing early. And what you're going to have in the first couple of weeks, you're going to have a whole heap of changes. And people might boast today, so they're on top of the league. And then Saturday come, maybe somebody else on top of the league. So it's not really anything to be worried over. I want to see them cut them on, them come back and them have them full strength team to as close to full strength as possible and see what happens from there. But as of now, there's no real disaster. People just overreact to early stuff in the league.
So you still believe that they'll be in the top 4? You still believe at the end of the season? Yeah.
By the way, off on the radio a while ago.
So I agree because, like I said earlier, the sample size is too small, and the lead is not a healthy lead to say Liverpool. They might not be playing the way.
It's a lead where how much Arsenal lead by now? 1 point.
Yeah, and right? it's not like the lead is a healthy one. Liverpool probably not playing as how fans expect them to be playing.
Right, it's just a lead where a team might, like Arsenal might draw this weekend and another team when you look another team in the league. It's not anything big. Even my team Liverpool.
Hold on, the two of you are talking.
Even when Liverpool is leading, if them get the lead, I never really talk about it like them on top of the table until it's 4 points. Because once you get 4 points, now we know it's 2 games. So, but 3 points, 2 points, 1 point, especially this early in the season, I don't think it's anything to panic about. I want to see the players come back, and then when the players come back, we see it go from there.
Yeah. Right.
So the players coming back, Thiago went to training today, Jota come back Saturday, Matip come back Saturday. Them say the guy Kanate might be a couple weeks away, but them team coming back, and we see how it go. But I'm now finish outside the top 4. The guy the way I talk, once me and tell you say him did predict Tottenham for win league. Me never want to hear nothing else from him officer.
No, it's a predict.
All right, but Coach Minzy, yeah, you're saying, go ahead.
Yeah, man, I said the lead is just 6 points and nothing to kill up. That's why I say you can't rule out Liverpool. So this excitement about Liverpool not making the top 4, I don't agree with Fort either. Him have him showing him say Tottenham.
Last Minzy.
Yeah, look so. Yeah, I feel like
I think the concern people about Liverpool is this management. They haven't replenished their team as well as they could. Secondly, management, it's not just about them having injuries. It's also about how they've been playing. There's one thing to play well and lose versus not playing well sometimes against the team that are inferior to you. They play better than Man U, by the way. Just want to say that, just like we did. They play better than Man U. Man U beat them. So these things happen. They'll be okay.
And it was not at Anfield.
Yeah, they'll be okay. But they struggled against Everton. They weren't dominant. They could have won that game, but Everton had clear chances just like they did. Right? And they're a much better team than Everton. So Salah is not playing as well as Salah has played over the years. That's not debatable. Salah scored 2 goals. One was a buck-up goal against Fulham.
Listen, Frankie, here's what I'll say in defense of Liverpool. Arsenal, they are missing like some key to their midfield.
Yeah, a lot of players.
All right.
Like 4 or 5 players.
Yeah, and I think like that is why I think they're going. When those players get fit, they're still going to be strong because Arsenal could not do without Odegaard and Partey and Granit Xhaka in their midfield.
Well, I wouldn't say that. We can't do without Partey. We can do without everybody else.
No, I'm talking about if all three of those are out at one time.
No, I'm saying if we are missing Xhaka and Odegaard, I think we'll be okay. If we're missing Partey, we're not okay.
Really?
And here's why. I think Vieira can play in the hole like Odegaard can. I think Lukaku can fill for Xhaka. What we don't have is a CDM. That's why when Elneny get injured, we panicked. You have anybody to sit in the hole and cover up the gaps. We can play without Xhaka. In fact, most fans want to get rid of Xhaka. Even though he's played well this season. I'm telling you, man, I was on stream yesterday, I got upset because the guys were destroying Xhaka again, even though Xhaka didn't cause us to lose. Every game is about Xhaka.
Yeah, there are fans who just hate certain players. It's just like people hate Maguire at Manchester United and Fred. So if they play, they're going to just curse Maguire and Fred. No matter what, if they're on the field, they must have contributed to a defeat.
So here's one at this point, because both
which is Xhaka at Arsenal.
Yeah, both foot official and coach things I'm out of my mind picking Partey against Casemiro. And I'm telling you, man, Partey and coach say, what has Partey done in world football? That suggests that Harry Kane can't play football because Tottenham hasn't won anything. That analogy doesn't work. The point I'm making is this, which is Partey is a brilliant, not good. You have watched him play week after week. Don't just watch how he covered the space. Watch his passing man. He's always looking for the dangerous pass first. Then he does an Elneny thing if he doesn't have it. He doesn't do like Elneny, take the safe pass first. I want people to watch Partey more frequently. Just watch how the player play and move.
I don't think overall, though, Cranky, he's a better player than Casemiro.
No, he's better than Casemiro.
Overall, I don't agree with.
Okay. What's Casemiro's strength? What's Casemiro's strengths? Tell me about Casemiro's game.
Brother, and shielding because remember.
What does he do apart from shielding? Does he progress the play?
No, but he has
exactly.
No, but he doesn't have to play that role because remember when Partey was playing at Atletico Madrid, he had all of these other players around him who did some of that. So I believe overall Casemiro is a better CDM because he offers better protection.
Man. Just like the goalkeeper role has evolved, so is every position in football has evolved. My fullbacks now have to overlap my offensive skill. My center half have to be able to play football. My midfielders have to be able to dominate, hold the ball, make decisions. You guys are acting like you're dating in your thought about this. Why pick De Gea over? Why pick Ramsdale over De Gea? Because De Gea can't play with his feet apart from blocking goals with his feet. He can't make no 40-yard pass on your chest like Ramsdale does. Pep Guardiola fired.
Because I think Casemiro is a very good ball winner, a better ball winner than Partey.
But overall, his game is not better than Partey overall.
I don't know. That's I have to think about that one. I don't know. Coach means you
don't know football, Cranky, and I'm smiling thinking because you're not watching the holistic game and the evolution of the game. You're watching the daily game. I'm telling people this, which is I watch Partey and I watch Casemiro. Casemiro can block the holes, anticipate the play, cut off the pass. That's his game. That's his entire game.
I think overall, Odegaard is a better player than Bruno Fernandes. But because Bruno Fernandes has been in the league, people are going to use what he has done in the league to say, which is fine. But I think when I look at Odegaard, his complete game, because really and truly, the season when Bruno Fernandes scored those goals, a lot of them were penalties.
Yeah.
So, but when you look at the kind of assists and how Odegaard, as a younger player, I think as he probably get used to playing against the bigger teams and put in performances. Because even the people on Talk Sport, they were talking about how good he is. Even Flex here mentioned it. But at the same time, I think Bruno Fernandes' years in the league, the years he has been in the league, would have people pick him over an Odegaard.
No, look, I think Fernandes has good offensive skills. I just don't like two things: is whining and when out of possession, I should say, not position. And I don't think he does enough defensively for Man U. That's why they also were struggling. And I think if he gets a little touch, he goes down and he cries to the referee. Play the game. Odegaard's a good football. I think Odegaard needs to step up in big games. When we play Liverpool's of the world, Man U's of the world, Man City, Odegaard disappears. Yesterday, I don't think people say he was great. He wasn't great. He was good, but he wasn't great. Missing those goals, don't put you the captain. and you got to dominate games if you're the captain. I'm sorry, you have to. If you're that well rated from your 15, 16, if you've played at Real Madrid of the world, you're captain your country, you're playing for us, he just dominate the bottom teams. And he wasn't good against Villa either. Even though people gave him an 8. I don't know how they gave him an 8. He was missing passes. Yesterday, I thought he was okay. I do think, though, that I am comfortable with my team, except for my CDM.
Yeah. And listen, I will say this. The issue I have with Tottenham is that Tottenham is not going to go for wins in some games. Arsenal will, Manchester United will, Chelsea will, and Liverpool will. I think Tottenham...
You have a Conte's philosophy, which is, I don't care about style of play. I don't
lose.
care about ball dominance.
Yeah.
Don't lose. Exactly. Don't lose.
So I think they're going to have a lot of drawn games. And you have been seeing that they keep drawing games because he doesn't want to lose. I would not be surprised if they probably lose the least amount of games of like the top teams, but still finish outside of the top 4 because they have so many draws.
Well, they did lose against Chelsea. The ref gave them that game, so they did lose a game, as far as I'm concerned.
Tottenham has not lost a game.
No, they did lose against Chelsea. They gave them the game. They gave them that thing they call where Cucurella head was pulled down and stamped to the ground, and you don't call a foul on that. Does that make sense to anybody in football? Like the referees in the Premier League have to do. Look, if you're the Premier League, you're the best product on the marketplace. You can't afford for VAR and referees to put your game in disrepute, which is what's happening. Every game, every weekend we come, there are 3 or 4 games you're like, how could the referee make those decisions? And Manning's man, they have hindsight. This is not like something that happened quickly and you missed it. You have video, 10 different angles, and you can't see that Willock got fouled by Mitchell when Newcastle played against. You can't see that he got pushed to the goalkeeper, and you disallow the goal. It's one thing to give you disallow the goal when it was clear he got fouled. So give a penalty or the goal. You can't have it both ways. And if the goal scored, you don't have to give a penalty. So if the frustration, the game with West Ham against Chelsea, how you don't give that foul? Doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, that is where I think I hear that the review is out. Christopher Wright was saying that the review of the VAR review of the Arsenal, but they're trying to find it to read what they have actually said. Because you heard what Paul Scholes said though.
Yeah, but look, in that situation, if it's disputable, you can go either way, right? You can say it was a foul, no matter how small you think the foul was. If it was a foul, it's a foul. I don't like this half, it was a barely offside. The rule said if XY is over the line, you're offside. Barely or not, you're offside, right?
Here's the problem I have.
Foul is a foul.
Here's the biggest problem.
But you can't recall it if you have doubt that it was a foul.
Yeah. Here's the biggest problem I have. It is the same officials, so I could officiate the game this week and be on VAR next week.
Right.
So the same officials who are making poor calls on the field and have to get the assistance of VAR are the same officials who are administrating VAR.
Here's the issue. I said to a friend of mine the other day, I was on their stream in England. I said, what you should do is don't call it the Premier League anymore. Call it the World League. And what you should make sure is that the best people are in every facet of your game. Because what you've basically done is you have the best managers now in your league, or most of the best managers. Think about it. Very few Englishmen are the managers. The best players are not mostly English players. They're foreign players, right? Just think about it. The owners are not English anymore. Most of them are foreign owners. Because you're pulling from the rest of the world. Why aren't the referees being pulled from the rest of the world? The best referees. Go get the best referees to come referee your game and the best VAR officials. Don't just put English people doing it.
I think you and I agree on this, but I think they should move the administration of VAR outside of the present officials. In other, like for VAR, I think they should because remember VAR you can make the decision for VAR in even Sweden, or because it's video.
Yeah. In the US, that's what they do in the NFL. They put out thing in New Jersey. Yeah,
exactly. But NBA have it in one place wherever the game is played.
NBA, I should say NBA, New Jersey, NBA, New Jersey, yeah. In Jersey. All right. Yeah. I think the Premier League needs to do that. So the people who are administrating the VAR are not people who are currently officiating. They probably past referees or stuff. Because I can tell you this, that there are going to be more controversial calls. Yeah.
They're going to be.
One of my friends to come on, but he can't make it from the UK stream that I do.
Oh,
he has his own channel, but he says he's at the hospital after this. So
they have not lost. Big up Spurs. What you're saying? Arsenal fans are still pissed. we knocked them out. You know what I find funny? Top 4 is a big thing now. And during Arsene Wenger year, when Arsenal was finishing in top 4, we were being ridiculed for being a top 4 team. And that is your ambition. You have no ambition. So all of a sudden, like the Spurs fans now, making top 4 big ambition club or something. Come on.
Well, actually, I didn't know there were any Spurs fans outside of the UK, so I know now. Secondly, you must have a lot of pain. You must like misery. Second of all, for the Spurs fan, tell me, have you won any trophies since 2011? The last 10 years? Have you won any trophy? I'm trying to remember. I can't recall it.
Foreign referees, why should the lowest paid workers be replaced by foreigners?
They're not the lowest paid workers. The groundsmen are the lowest paid workers. The groundsmen, the people in the concession stand, they're not the lowest paid workers. If you want the best people, look, if an official make a mistake, management, it can cost you a spot in the Premier League. You can be relegated because you make a mistake.
You can be relegated. Burnley.
After Aston Villa 2 years ago.
Exactly.
When what's the name messed up? The goal line technology messed up.
Yep.
So you need best officials to referee your game.
And what I am saying, Rosie, I am saying, let the referees ref the game. But VAR, so I should not ref a game this week, make a controversial decision, and next week I am given VAR to administrate controversial decisions.
So here's what I say. I still stop calling it VAR. Call it the other referee.
Because the other referee is.
Yeah, but I'm just saying wait, no. It says assistance. It's not assistant because assistant can't tell me to change. Because when they go to the monitor, they change their mind all the time.
Yeah,
right?
you see, they go to the anytime they go to the monitor, they are going to change. The person have said to them, I believe they say to them, I think you need to change this decision. Come and look at it on the monitor.
But
because most time, I've never seen them gone to the monitor and not change the decision.
Man, I think somebody did it not too long ago. I forget the game. But when Jamaica played somebody the other day, which team we played when there was an elbow in the game, and the person went to the bench and didn't change the decision. We played a game. Jamaica played a game, and there was an elbow. I forgot who we played.
Oh, Shamar Nicholson, I think, got the elbow, and
the referee didn't change the decision.
Yeah, I think it was Mikel Antonio in the World Cup qualifiers. I think it's El Salvador away.
And they got sent to the monitor. They didn't change the decision. You have to be convinced that based on what you saw, there's a line with the decision that you made based on what you see the video. But they're not doing that. They're just going like the Willock situation when the ref gave the goal and then call it back. And you're watching the video showed like 10 times and says he can't overturn. And you overturn it. So then you start questioning the integrity of the official because man, you know, they bet on the game.
Listen, Spurs fans, do not challenge me.
Oh, wait. Man, no, wait. I didn't know.
I don't think it's a good idea.
No. It's worse to go to the final and lose because the pain is worse.
But didn't the same time we were doing that we were playing against Chelsea in Baku during that same time.
We lost in the
Europa League final. But go ahead, Cranky, you answer.
No. But here's the thing too. If you're going to talk about history, because that's history you're talking about, because you have been in Champions League final for the last few years. We have been in Champions League final against Barcelona. Should have won. That's another 10 men. So we have done that. You have been in one final. You didn't turn up. Hurricane didn't turn up. You didn't score a goal. I think you had, had a handball in the penalty area against Liverpool. But the fact of the matter is this, is that don't talk about what hasn't been won. Talk about what you have won. The end game is to win. When last has Spurs won? We have won 3.
Yeah, Spurs won.
FA Cup in the last 6
Well, they won the
Audi
Cup a few summers ago.
The what?
The Audi Cup in preseason.
We finished 8th and won the FA Cup. Are you going to talk to us about Champions League final? Like finals is an accomplishment. You didn't win anything. You might as well didn't turn up. Nobody talks about finals. They talk about winners.
Yeah.
But then again, you're Spurs, so what would we know?
Yeah. Daniel Green got a red card and they called it back at the stadium.
And they called it back. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying though. Most times when they get called to the monitor, they change the decision. Either way.
Yeah, I do think that look, it's tough for the referee, management. Because think about management. If you got called to the monitor and you don't change your mind, management, but you were wrong, That's hard to live with and say, you know what, man, it's my time to change it, so I change it.
But that's what I'm saying, that if they go to the monitor, listen, so people, when I say the decision is changed, it can be that they change it from a goal to not a goal, or from not a goal to a goal, or from a card to not a card, or from not a card to a card. It's very rare they go to the monitor and don't change the decision one way or the other. That's the point I'm making, which is saying that I believe they are told that you need to look at this because that decision needs to change.
So
and it's a referee sometimes who the week before, like the same referee that made a mistake in the Chelsea game, the next week he was administrating VAR, Chelsea versus Tottenham.
So, management, people sometimes say, well, that decision didn't change the game like the decision yesterday against Man U.
Hold on,
management, think about this.
Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead, Crank. No, go ahead, Crank.
Liverpool, good call, Saudi call back. When Liverpool played against Everton the other day, Van Dijk tackling Onana was a red card in any game, in any league. If Liverpool get a red card, they're down to 10 men. That means that they're playing short for the rest of that game. And for the next 3 games, Van Dijk can't play. I don't understand the concept saying one decision in a game can change the entire game, because it can even change your season. I don't hear.
Oh, for that play, the referee gave him a yellow card, so that's why them leave.
It's a red card. He was above the ankle. It wasn't his shin. It's a red card.
I'm saying the referee gave him a yellow card, that's why they left it.
But VAR didn't send him to the monitor to say, you know what, that's not a yellow, should be red.
Because the referee gave him a yellow card. But listen, this is the VAR thing, that's why I called back. When it just come and thing, I did kind of say, okay, good. But no, I don't have no faith in it. I think it's crooked.
I think so, Soti. I think
no. So here's this. Yeah. No one is telling the ref you can't keep your decision. No one is telling the ref.
This is something more important. I'll show you something. I'll tell you something. Apart from, I don't see how it is helping the game. Apart from offsides, which is not supposed to be subjective. At the end of the day, when them go to the monitor, them still gonna come back and make subjective calls, right? So
offside's a big deal. Offside's a big deal. Offside's a big deal. The offside means a goal has been scored.
Yeah, no, I'm saying apart from that, with VAR, because it's supposed to clear up that. So with that, I don't see anything wrong with them using the VAR for the offsides. Because it's not supposed to be subjective. It's supposed to show definitively say the person either offside or not offside. But with the other calls, all they do is go and look at the monitor and still make these subjective calls.
Exactly.
Yes, I say two things. One is this. One is that they have the statistics come back say, I think it's about a 10 or 9% difference in the accuracy of calls when they have done their analysis pre-VAR.
All right, listen.
Yeah.
The reason why I call back is this. All right, the game, the Chelsea game and the Newcastle game, right? In both those games, the referees gave the goal.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Yes. So now, in both those games, the referee initially gave the goal, right?
Yeah.
Now, the people who supposed to in charge of official, I think them call it PGMOL. That's what they mean.
Came out and they came out. Yeah.
They came out and said both those things were mistakes, right?
Yeah. Right, exactly.
Both.
So VAR made a mistake. You can imagine VAR.
No. VAR not made the mistake yet, you know. Because not VAR made the ruling. The referee see these things as goal. Him get called by the VAR, say, listen, you need to come look on this again. Or them say them tell them. Me think they might have tell them more still. If now that you have seen, what caused these referees to go over there and change their mind? Now that them have to come out and say it's a mistake. What did they see in these replays that these people are now saying it was a mistake? These were 2 mistakes. What did these 2 referees see when they go over there?
All right.
That caused them to change.
Let me tell you what I understand. So when a decision, say, look at the West Ham game. The West Ham game, the referee gave the goal. All right. He said, hold on, basically. Hold on. All right. Somebody talk to him because you hear him touch it that he's hearing. They call him over. Right. So
So
I believe the persons who tell them, say, listen, we think that is a foul and you made a mistake. Come and look at it for yourself. So when he goes, I think he goes with people saying that. They slow it down and probably say to him, look at how dangerous that is. And that I think that is what is influencing the decisions.
I think them go over there and them look and the man them in them ears tell them, say, yo, I found that, you know.
Yeah, that's what I think. So, and then you come out after that now. So the referee made the right decision. VAR changes the decision. And then you come out and say, it was a mistake. The goal should have stood.
But hold on. The people them who come out today and say it was a mistake, I see them video them are watching that. So what did that referee see when he go over there and look on the video and change his mind?
So let me jump in for a second. So what you guys are missing is this. The word time is a very important word. Time.
What?
So if I sit down in a room today, subsequent to the game, and I sit and watch every single angle of what transpired, and I dissect and assess, review, run back at 10, 20 times, I have all the time in the world to make that decision. There is pressure on both VAR and the referee when they're making decisions to get the game moving. So they feel the pressure. Now, the problem you have is if they look at every single camera angle, anytime they go more than 2 minutes, the announcers start complaining. Pundits, announcers, take too long, this doesn't work, why can't they make a decision? We saw it. But subsequently, you look and say, did you think about this element of it? Now, I do think in the Newcastle game to me was much clearer and much easier than the Chelsea-West Ham game. Why? Because in the Newcastle game, it's clear from the two angles you saw that Willock was being pushed by Michel into the goalkeeper. That's why it caused it to hit the goalkeeper. So they said it fall on the goalkeeper. Where's the fall on Willock? In the West Ham game, the view is that Mendy got hit by the forward, I forgot his name, when he went for the ball. That affected Mendy's ability maybe to get up or affected him getting the ball, even though I think he lost the ball before he hit the player. So therefore, they're going to call the foul on Mendy. Now, the Mendy one to me, Mendy lost the ball, and therefore, could he have got Mendy start rolling over like he did on the first goal, frankly. He likes to roll over when he loses the ball. He rolls over if he got injured. He didn't get injured. He got up right after the goal was disallowed. I think the Willock goal was definite and clear. It wasn't subjective. I thought the other goal, one could debate whether or not Mendy was fouled.
I will say this. Right? Go ahead, Soti.
I don't think it is helping. Like the Arsenal goal now. I know I'm not Arsenal fan still, but I'm not Arsenal fan. The one where who they score it when they call it back?
Martinelli.
Martinelli.
Yeah, I can understand why that was called back. Me not go really argue that.
Martinelli.
Yeah.
All right, we can understand. But tell me something. If the ref had said that is not a foul, would there be any big argument?
No,
there wouldn't have been.
I don't think the Manchester. The Manchester United fans I would not have argued a whole lot.
It was so bad. It was so borderline. It was irrelevant. But it could have been called a foul still, which they did. But me wouldn't have a problem if them did say it wasn't a foul.
Well, but so here's a problem with that. Here's a problem. Here's a problem with that. Here's a problem with that whole thing. We don't disagree that it was a subjective decision. But if you said it was subjective with a foul or not, you can't call it back. Because it was a clear and obvious error.
It's supposed to be a clear and obvious error. Yes. That them say.
Yeah. So this
is something like that is not clear and obvious.
That is where I think
even though in my opinion, I would say it could be a foul. But if it say not a foul, I wouldn't have a problem with it saying not a foul. So it clearly was no clear and obvious error.
So here's my position. Two things. One, all right. VAR.
And yes, Van Dijk got red card.
Yeah,
Van Dijk figured that red card.
But I'll say this: that goal line technology, I think, is important to see when that ball goes across the line, because that I think is important. The half offside rule was bad. They have changed it to kind of, because if your shoulder, if there are certain parts of your body last season that they said if it is in the offside position, the offside, they have changed some of that. And to be fair, I think the offside rules is fair, because if offside, no matter how close it is, If I want to,
Right.
you're offside.
Right.
That is it. Argument done. The handball thing, I think, is something that I still have question about because you can't measure intention. Because
No, I don't
the
have a problem with the handball. If them say once it touch your hand, it's not a goal. Then if them do that for everybody, then it's cool.
There you go. Because
then it's cool.
My issue is that there are times when the ball, they are saying that there are times when the ball hit a person's hand that is not intentional. So, and they give, so I'm a defender. A ball comes and I'm trying to clear the ball. It bump up and my hand is out. They're giving a penalty, you know. Though nobody was close to me. I have an issue with that because the player was not intentionally trying to handle the ball. So I don't think every time the ball touch a player's hand, it is necessarily a penalty or the game needs to be stopped. And I don't think VAR should intervene in that any at all.
Man, the rule is flawed. The rule, and the rule will always be flawed the way they position the rule. Here's the rule. If it touch your hand and any player on the field, if you touch the hand, it's a penalty, it's a foul, lack of a better word, right? It's a free kick to the next team. So whether or not you're a defender or an offensive player, if the ball touches your hand in the penalty area, it's going to be called against you, period. Because you can never determine intent. You can't determine, and most time, it's not intentional that they're giving penalties for. So how does that make sense? I don't run normally, but my hands behind my back. So how do I run behind my back to protect someone?
You know what? I don't think 10% of the time that a penalty for handball, that the player did it intentionally.
There you go. So.
Exactly. So you know what? The rule needs to be one rule saying either you can touch the ball with your hand or you can't touch the ball with your hand. One or two.
No, Brian, there's no rule that says that once you make contact with the goalkeeper in play, it's a foul. There's no rule.
Nothing like that.
He's missing the point. No. It's missing the point. People can make these comments, sometimes makes no sense.
But that is not
the referee judged that he fouled the player. We don't say because you make contact with the referee, it's a foul. He fouled him. But I don't disagree with the call. You know why? Because I said before, we played Man U yesterday, Saka got hit, and even though foot official protesting, go look back on the video, got hit after he kicked the ball, he wasn't a foul. Mendy lost the ball. The only thing about the Mendy situation was go ahead.
Mendy, who was the guy? Bowen?
Yeah, Bowen.
Yes, Bowen.
Yeah, but Bowen didn't score, you know, because that's what I'm saying, that if Bowen had scored, I could understand. Go ahead, so.
No, I'm not sure. But listen, what happened is the ball was there for Mendy challenge for Bowen challenge for the ball. But Mendy reached it first, but Mendy should have held the ball, you know. Him push over the ball, and the guy actually jump over him, you know, the trailing leg touch him, you know.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
The trailing leg touch him, right? And he couldn't get by the ball because he pushed the ball all the way out of the box, and the guy collect the ball and put the ball in the net.
But you know what? Because he's on the ground rolling and carrying on, then they can say he couldn't recover. He couldn't have recovered. Yeah.
But the ref gave the goal, and that's the problem. You see, if the ref never give the goal answer, we could have said, all right, him by. But him give the goal, and then go look for something and come say it's not a goal. But the VAR thing to me, no, it's not.
No, VAR. If they take away VAR, the first time something goes wrong, and VAR would have noticed it, you'd be here uproar.
So if they take it away, you have to have some people that say, bring back VAR.
Yeah. I think they're going to
take it. But listen, if they take it away, they're going to say, bring back VAR, Manchester United and get all the calls. But with or without VAR, Manchester United get a call.
Listen, Brian, whether you speak to a referee or not, this is, if the referee tells you that, what the referee is saying is that if at the other end of the field, you're playing. So this is why it don't make any sense. Do a referee is telling you. So there's a corner kick. My forward stays up for the counter. All right? He walks past your goalkeeper who is off his line and step on his toe. But your team scored, the referee call it and give the foul in the other half. There's no rule like that. There's no rule like that.
Touch goalkeeper at corners and I block them off and all them.
Well, that happened to us when Louis scored, right? That Louis scored when Watkins held Ramsdale, put his hands around him. You're gonna call it a foul? Yeah.
Them black people. Last year when West Ham beat Liverpool, West Ham scored one of them goals from a corner, and Liverpool was protesting, and then the man in black off the goalkeeper, block him off and all, and think they, oh, you mean can't touch him? I wouldn't get them that from. Like he's not even an intentional touch, him just brush on him, man. So never go for kick him. Who say you can't touch it? Think a quarterback this in a football, and all him you can't touch.
Yeah,
there's still a lot of subjectivity in it. That's me don't see the purpose. That's me see apart from my side. Because I don't know if you remember a couple of years ago, in Liverpool, when I see the situation with Odegaard and Eriksen, I remember that. Liverpool was playing Manchester United at Manchester United. And there was a similar situation when Lindelof and Divock Origi, and them saying foul him, and the ball turnover, and 2 passes later when named Marcus Rashford scored for Man U. And the VAR come back and look at it. It was a similar situation. And in that situation, them said no foul. And Manchester United goal stood. And in this situation, them say foul, and Manchester United, the goal against them. So whether VAR or no VAR, certain people still get the thing ruling up for them feel.
Yeah, I also think that like referees, like everyone else, is sometimes, to me anyway, intimidated by home crowd and are reluctant to make certain decisions when they are at certain facilities.
Well, I read something this morning that the guy who ref the game and the VAR guy, both of them come from Salford in England.
See it here?
They're many people.
See, somebody put out the facts here with this particular referee. Play 11, 2 wins, and the 2 of those are at Arsenal. 3 draws, 6 losses. You understand me?
We're just poor.
And he is a Man U fan. The referee.
No, I'm not going to blame the ref for us losing, because the ref didn't. Look, the ref was the one who sent himself to VAR. The ref gave the goal. You can't blame the ref. The ref gave the goal.
All right, so we're not going to blame. I think what happened with Arsenal, though, I see some people are blaming on a manager, right?
Yeah.
I think after him scored a goal, him just think so him can win the game.
Win the game. There you go, sir. That's what I say.
No, Salty. It's not only that it's Salty. It's my view, Salty, which is you have to be, when you're attacking, I've always said this, when you're attacking, like a Man City is, or a Liverpool is, to me, you're most vulnerable then, because you have so many players forward. When you lose the ball, unless you have the recoverability of Man U or Liverpool, who really lose the ball unless they're like really up to the goal. We don't have that. Akanga lost the ball too far upfield, right? When we turn over the ball, we don't have a CDM in the middle to block the lines, nor do we recover quickly enough. And we have done that for years. And I think they made the same mistake.
Based on the fact that it is 1-1 and you're away from home, most people that think say, all right, no Arsenal are going to drop off. But him look like he was going for the juggler, see him might try to win the game, which I don't really have a problem with it still, because I like when teams try to win games, you know? But
yeah, the way he's playing as if Partey is on the field, and Partey is always much more deeper, or El Neni's deep. Lakanga wasn't staying deep like he should. It was too much upfield, both on the first goal and the second goal. So that's part of the problem we run into.
Salty, you watch a lot of football. Partey, Casemiro, who is a better CDM in your opinion?
Casemiro.
Okay.
Well, you can ask anybody you want. My opinion is not changing. Partey is better to me.
That's cool.
Casemiro to me has pedigree based on where he played. I don't see Casemiro as better than Fabinho, frankly. I don't see Casemiro better than Partey. I don't see Casemiro better than
Fabinho. To me, Fabinho is not being good this season.
No, but talk about in general. See, people go back to this season. I agree Fabinho has been great this season, but he also was injured early in the season. To me, Casemiro, look at Casemiro's game. Does Casemiro progress the ball?
Casemiro and Fabinho play sometimes for Brazil, you know, together, I know.
No, but I'm saying this. Partey can play box to box. Casemiro can only play CDM. Can't play anywhere else. And Partey's a footballer. Let's talk about what's coming for their defense.
Yeah.
Partey's a better footballer. Any day.
Party to me, them guys that come like Thiago.
Always
They can play. They can play, but them don't play more than all them play.
Well, Thiago
sometimes
got injured when he come to us. Thiago has always been injury prone. Even at Bayern, he was injured.
Always.
Yeah, but thing here, other guy at Liverpool who is injured now. He wasn't getting injured when he was in Germany. Was it RP Leipzig? He was at short guy.
No, I wouldn't follow him to that extent. But
he wasn't normally injured. Oh geez, okay. Keita.
He
wasn't getting injured.
The Premier League get you injured in that card. It's much more physical. It's much more rugged. You have to run harder.
Like Angola contest. I'm wondering what is causing.
Conte is always injured the last 2-3 years. The last 2-3 years,
Conte injured off. Conte are injured off now in a Brazil.
Yeah, a lot. They hit 30.
Hey, you know, sometimes I think you're right, Cranky. I think some of these African players, maybe the age is not accurate.
Well, Conte is French. He's African lineage.
Conte is French.
Yeah. No.
I don't think Partey. Look, Partey to me doesn't look like he's 29. I'm sorry, he doesn't. And he doesn't play 29.
Older than them. They actually say still. Them probably 3-4 years. Cause you know sometimes
they normally are.
Yeah.
They normally are.
And I think that is why they get.
Nobody wants a 23-year-old to go to Europe. You take a 19-year-old.
I know just them age to you know. All them name to you. I know them alone still.
You say the name them wrong as well.
But the name has to change if you're gonna change your age.
Oh yeah.
Then Cranky know that, man, when you go at the like the Chinese people, what do me and somebody attack and me ask whether girl name and them at them say she name Sue. And me say name with Sue. American name that she come and take, but she name Sue. She not name Sue.
Man. I'm gonna give you a story, man. I was going to Rusty's man. In our school a long time ago. We played Headley Cup, and one of our players got called out by he's from Westmoreland. They say he's over age. You know how old he was when his man was playing for us?
20.
No, it wasn't 20. But I had about 5 years span that.
25?
Oh, yeah.
That's my understanding. Actually.
Well, 25.
That's my understanding. I couldn't prove it, but that's what I was told.
I know them say a lot of that used to go in my 70s still and 80s.
Yeah.
But it's not just Africans still doing the mornings, man. Not just them. It's South Americans too and stuff. Even Asians. Just the other day, I see a guy over there too. He might tell me about name Jermaine. They say, which part where you name Jermaine, boss? He come from some South American country. He said, that is your American name. Your name is
Well, people migrate sometimes.
People do that.
Oh, so when they migrate, they probably change the name. Yeah. Makes sense.
Them name. They're not talking about the Chinese girl where they must say name Sue. I mean, I say, what Sue? She don't even know Sue. But a lot of them will come and then them take them names like Betty and Sue and stuff. But them have them names. So it's not just Africans.
So Sauti, what are you predicting Liverpool to finish this year?
At the start of the season, optimistically, I was saying first, but no, I don't think we go. I don't know about first, but they're gonna finish top four. I don't know where in the top four, but they're gonna finish top four.
I'd love to see. I think for some reason I just think like after the World Cup, though it probably because it's really around 8 games left in the Premier League before World Cup, before the break. You have the window. You have the window in September.
Yeah.
You have the international window at the end of September. They come back in October, play like 3 games. 1, I think 2 in November, and they go off.
Yeah.
So that's 5. And if you count in September, so you're thinking about 8 or 9 games, more games, which would take it to around. Yeah. So I think after the World Cup, what the teams do and how players come back will determine.
8 games would make it 14. That mean you come back and play 24.
No man, so right, it's around. You go before the World Cup. If you check by the break, I think it's around 15 or 16 games. Let me just check the fixtures and tell you because I was checking it.
So I'm got about 23, 24, 22 games left.
Most of your games will be after the World Cup, which means now I don't know how they're going to do the winter break. Do you still get winter break? Well, the winter break, the World Cup going to go right into the winter break. Right? Because
well, if you stay in touch, based on the number of games that you say after the World Cup, if you stay in touch like 5-6 points off the lead at that point, then they would have still be in it.
Yeah, because
but the majority too much games.
So October you have in October you have game weekends. You have 1, 2, 3. All right, 4 game weekends in October. All right. And in November, in November, you have 1 game weekend. Yeah, you have 2 game weekends in November, and they pick up back in December, the Boxing Day. So only 2 games played in November, they pick up Boxing Day.
So I mean it's about 8 games then.
Yeah, so the last set of games will be on November 12th. Liverpool versus Bournemouth versus Southampton. So Liverpool have Southampton, Tottenham, Southampton, Tottenham, Leeds. That's 3. Nottingham Forest 4.
Liverpool need midfielder who can progress them.
Man City 6.
That is big.
Yeah, but South, you didn't have those midfielders historically, so it makes no difference. You play differently, right? You play 3 across. Your attack comes from the wing.
Teams are playing, but that is how football goes. Football evolving, and more teams play a certain way.
Yeah, before in football, you always had a 10, most times, You don't have a 10 like you used to, A lot of teams don't play with 10. Man City don't play with a 10. Liverpool doesn't play with a 10. Tottenham doesn't play with a 10. Chelsea nowadays used to use Mount. They don't even play with a 10 that much anymore. So a lot of teams are not using 10 like they did before. We do. We less than a few more teams. But a lot of teams are playing 3 across versus having a clear number 10. Because defensively, you're a challenge with a 10, frankly.
So there are 10 games now, Southie, between now and the World Cup break. 10 more games. So that would be 16 games. So after World Cup, So all you have to do is probably stay and get in some players for boxing. Well, you're not going to get any transfer until a week after that, because the Boxing Day fixtures and then New Year's, you have to,
So man, actually that question, man, is say, why don't you get more of the league monies to Jamaica? Why aren't you doing a better job of bringing some of that money to Jamaica? Is that the question he's asking you? Man, 6 billion across. I said 6 billion. I didn't know it was that much.
Man, a good topic to explore for 2022. The top 5 leagues in Europe spent 6 billion euros in transfer fee. How much of that money found its way to the Caribbean clubs?
The top which league?
Most of that money stays in Europe. Most of that money stays in Europe.
He says the top 5 leagues spent 6 billion euros in transfer fee. How much of that money found its way to the Caribbean clubs?
Not a lot of Caribbean players go into these top tricks.
Yeah, but most of the money stays in Europe. Think about it. So
between
if you're a South American player
and the EHX.
No, the point I'm trying to make is that not a lot of money gets spent out of Europe. So even South American players, a lot of them are in Europe, like an Anthony first. Unless they have sell-on clause, most of that money stays in Europe. Casado, who plays for Brighton, for example, they paid 4.5 million for him. So the money's not being spent outside of Europe that much; it's spent in Europe.
Yeah, because listen, when a club comes to Jamaica and buys a player, so they buy a player, they buy a player, right, for $1 million, and the club in Jamaica gets $1 million. That player is good enough. He gets sold for 40 million. So really. Yeah. The clubs in the Caribbean they're not in the place to have the 40 and the 50 million transfers. They have the cheaper, the first transfer, which is the $1 million, $500,000, 1.5 million, or probably 2 million at most.
But even even as Cranky say, like South America and all them places, with the same. The guy from Brighton will come from Ecuador. What name? Cansado or something like that.
Casado, yeah.
He
Casado,
come from Ecuador. He come from Ecuador for 4 million pounds, and he walk straight into Brighton, right? But these for the club where he come from in Ecuador really make money is basically when them sell him in the first place. You know, them know they're not gonna leave Brighton, so them will put in a clause in a contract or make them get a percentage or whatever himself for later on, right?
You hope so. You hope so.
But yeah, most of them do it. But no baller from Jamaica now left going on out the top 6 league or stuff.
Exactly.
For them getting
Exactly. I mean, even Karim Paris, who moved, did not move to one of the top 6 leagues. Right.
So the baller not really a move for them get. So the person where they quote a while ago, he said the top 6 leagues and how the Caribbean clubs are benefit. The baller now move from the Caribbean in them club then, more than so. But there's nothing much for them benefit.
Yeah, and even when they buy the Brazilian straight out of Brazil, when you look at like Marquinhos who came to Arsenal, you know, the Brazilians who they spend a lot of money on are the ones who come over early to some lower clubs in Europe, and like Anthony was bought from, but his club in Brazil will get money, you know. But these guys get bought at 17 into the Ajax and the Basel and all of those teams, and then are to the French league or the Portuguese league, and then they move to the top 6 clubs. So it is the clubs in Europe that benefit the most.
It's now at 20 million and below is the normal price you pay. Between 20 million and below, you normally pay.
Yeah.
We really don't have nobody that make them move this.
Unless you're like Neymar, for example, where you know you come with a certain pedigree.
Yeah. Junior Fleming
Ghana France still and MLS a benefit off of that.
I think he's got.
USA.
I think he's in the 2nd tier now.
In team never get promoted. They never get promoted.
I think they loaned him out.
Yeah, but in team promote, but they're not promoted.
Oh, him not play for them? Him get loaned?
Him get demoted and they get promoted. That's not the logic.
Sometimes this football thing that's full of chicken and stuff. People don't understand it. All kind of thing about all night. So, what if fun business in about?
Salty, what is the Labor Day? Because somebody asked again, why we not Labor on Labor Day should call it Leisure Day? And he said, good show.
No, I think it's a celebration. It wasn't a celebration for, I didn't remember this, but it's a celebration for laborers, I think. In general, right? It's celebration for the laborers.
I just know them say Labor Day, but all I know is them say the end of summer.
They didn't say it's a work day in a management. It's celebrating people who are laborers. I mean, I don't remember the history of it totally, but it's celebrating the small man who do work. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the end of summer, and most beaches and pool will close after today. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Until next year. That's all I know. And you keep a cookout and barbecue.
But the holiday is meant to. I don't remember the whole Haitian management. I know it's to celebrate laborers, the people who build like the railroads and everything then. But I don't remember that whole
history. You can Google it. I don't see nobody put in. I have never seen, you know, like back in the days in Jamaica, people used to walk on and them used to whitewash sidewalk and all them things there. Push some place and all them stuff on Labor Day. I have never seen that in all my time. It's just a day with people for leisure. People does all kind of stuff. Barbecues, cookouts, and get your last day time.
Most holidays in the US is like that. Even Memorial Day and days like that. People are celebrating.
Tika said the labor union used to celebrate it as to a greater extent with parades.
Okay, but
we have a Caribbean parade here. We celebrate the one on Easter.
Yeah, them have them West Indian parade thing. Go in again.
Go you no God.
No, I stopped going.
Ask him how him no God.
I call it a COVID spreader. I'm not into spreading COVID.
I have been to that thing. In all my time here, I have been to that thing twice. the first time he go is like curiosity. Because you hear about something for all these years, you hear about it, and finally you are in the place where it is. And you say, oh, you go and you see it. And the second time was some people come out and they wanted to go. And I took them there. In all that time, that is the 2 times for me.
All right,
I don't find
so management is an event management where there's a lot. They've cut it off early, right? They used to have it till later in the night, but you know how certain West Indians are. They want to make sure you're a track athletes. So you go to these events, you have to look over your shoulder because you have no idea where the bullet is going to come from. So you have to you gotta get fit. I don't like to run up and down like I have no sense. So
I think that have a lot to do with it. The violence, the shootings before and after. Like the night before, like even last night, I think there's 5 people get shot in Brooklyn. So them have this thing with them called Juvie or Jovert or whatever them do the night before these number of parties. And them always have a lot of things happening at those places. You know, people die, people get shot and stuff. So it kind of make it bad for the parade itself. And as Frankie said, them cut off the end time and the after parties and all that stuff. So I don't think it is that interesting. But hey, other people might think so.
So as we close, so did you watch the Harborview versus Caribbean All-Star game?
Yeah, I went to the game. I went to the game in the second half.
What your thoughts on it?
I mean, it was just a game, you know, just a game.
Okay.
This is some people, I see Mr. Giordini, and talk to Clyde, and see Ludlow, and see some people. But it was an alright game. As I said, we just got the second half. When I went, it was 1-0.
Okay.
Second half was okay, but you know them things that go still sometimes not even pay full attention. That's the whole part of aligning with people where you never see a long time.
Okay.
What the game play? Boys Eye? The game was at Boys Eye? I didn't go.
Yeah. And Troy and some stuff.
Oh, so Troy and Schenectady. Troy and no, Schenectady. Troy. Yeah, we know what you're talking about. Rutland. But I guess the question is
somewhere near hospital.
Yeah, man, it's a play over there, man. Close to Kingsbrook Hospital. Here's the question though: Did they conflict with the Jamaica game, the other league where they play against Nigeria? I think Jamaica played Nigeria actually, so they probably conflicted.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I just know I was far away, and after a while, I just decided to drive there, so I never reached in the second half. So and then never peer go in. A lot of people, there are a good crowd still, and it was so nice when the ball move. It was okay, so I'm thinking it was alright.
All right. So, all the best to your Liverpool team this season. Want to see everybody fit up and running this season. I still think like Darwin Núñez is going to score some goal. A lot of people giving him a hard time, but it's early time yet. I think he's going to score. When Thiago come back in that midfield and he's fit, I think
him should have it better. There was a header in the Everton game, and I think him should have it better. And him fluff him shots them a lot.
I kind of feel like he and Salah won't get along because him like to take on and kick shot, and I think Salah like the heap of combination passes and things. So I don't know. I just kind of sometimes I feel like that. Like he's so big and strong. Like I saw him he took a shot the other day where the keeper pushed it. Very good shot. Out of the blue.
In the bottom.
Yeah. He just Yeah. But I think like Salah was expecting him to pass though he got the shot off.
Unlike Manningsman, I have no interest in Liverpool doing well. None. I hope they don't do well.
Well, if you're gonna come on the phone and give us analysis, we expect balanced analysis. We expect you to leave.
No. Let's not be confused. Let's not be confused. Balanced analysis, where my loyalty lies. There's a big difference. So Liverpool is a good football team.
We know where loyalty lies, but when I watch a program, I want you to attempt balanced analysis.
No. I try really hard. But Liverpool, Spurs, Man City, Man U, I don't want them to do well. In fact, if they all get relegated, I'm fine with that.
Hey, you want to tell you a secret? You see, Manu is a team that I always want to lose. Every game they play against every team, no matter where this team is from, I want them to lose. But you see, yesterday for the first, I wanted them to win.
You're not a Liverpool fan.
Hey,
no, you're not a Liverpool fan. You can't be a Liverpool fan. I want Man U to win.
The undercover really like when Arsenal lose. Why?
No, just because I want to go on, man. You want a little cool down thing for them.
But no, if you said a draw, no Liverpool fan want Man U to win ever. Ever.
But it was better
they don't
for
want
Man
Man
U
to win ever.
It was better for Man U to win to keep the thing a little more compact, you know?
You know what?
Keep the thing.
You know, this is where I think I'm different. You know that if Arsenal, when Arsenal are playing Liverpool, I want Liverpool to win. Like, I'd prefer to see Liverpool. Really? Yeah, I want Liverpool to beat Spurs. I want Liverpool to beat Manchester United. I want Liverpool to beat City. Listen, I prefer if Liverpool win the league than City. Every time.
Me too.
No, I'm the opposite. I don't want Liverpool to win anything. But I hate about the teams in the UK. I don't hate Tottenham the worst now. I hate Man U more than Tottenham because I never respect Tottenham. You don't win anything. I'm gonna respect you when you don't win anything. Man U was always the one beating us. So I want Man U to lose. Even Liverpool didn't beat us that much in the Premier League until more recently. But Man U always beat us. Even when we're doing well.
I think outside of England and Tottenham having them rivalry with Arsenal, I don't think much people have any great hate for Tottenham because nobody sees them as a winner or winning anything. Like nobody not giving them. I'm not seeing them.
All right,
Tottenham is just a nuisance in the thing. That's all.
Yeah, man.
All right, bless up.
Yeah, man. Bless up,
Salty.
Yeah, man. All right, yeah, man.
You show them come on. That's why I tell Cranky to stay balanced. Stay balanced.
I'm trying, but it's hard to stay balanced with my competition.
All right, man.
Yeah, all right.
Bless
cool.
up.
Yeah, Cracky, we're gonna let you spend the rest of the day, you know. Get some rest because I know you have work.
I may go to the gym this evening. I need to work on my physical dimensions.
People keep asking who are the new call up and all of those things and saying, listen, we're gonna do a show later. We talk some Jamaica football.
What do you mean new call? You mean Jamaica?
Yeah,
I won't join you later, but I'm curious also.
Listen, so we're gonna talk to you about that later.
So before you go, I want to say this about the Jamaica thing. I won't join you later. I'll say this, which is now is the time to be assessing talent in the EPL, the Championship and League One, even League Two, identifying players young and more seasoned who can represent Jamaica, as long as they have Jamaican lineage, and try to source those players. I watched Gray play for Everton. He ain't gonna make England. He needs to play for somebody international. When I see Antonio, they put the Jamaica flag up as a Jamaican. Gray has been playing excellent football when I watch him play. Matt Neal, who categorically Jamaican, playing okay for Everton. There are players out there with Jamaican lineage who won't play for England, but can do a job for Jamaica. Go recruit them. JFF or whoever it is that is the technical director. Bring them into the pool.
Yeah,
let them get their passport.
I think the first thing they need to do, and I'm going to go and find out and install the coach because I think he needs to meet with these players. The coach needs to be installed this week so he can talk to the players.
No, management. You and others who are independent of the JFF need to go have a chat with that coach if you can. Get an audience with him and try to influence him because I don't like certain people influencing the coach because they have different objective. You need people who are objective, who would have a stake in the game, who have a perspective, and who are knowledgeable what they're talking about.
I'd love to engage.
To help provide some perspective to the coach.
To engage him. Yeah.
Get an audience with him.
Yeah, man. All right. Thanks for coming on, Cranky.
Bless up.
Yeah, man. Enjoy the rest of the day. Listen, people in the comment section, thanks to every single one of you. Coach Minzy, fourth official. Check out the fourth official. Show him some love and some support. Thanks to all of you for sticking and staying. We are going to come back at 8:30 this evening when we're going to deal with the Issa matter and specifically the Argentina-Jamaica game, looking at players and coach, all right, concerning the Jamaica national football team. That's a male team. 8:30 this evening. We will put out the thumbnail and you just need to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can get all the notification as to when we are live. Listen, appreciate every single one of you. Positive, negative, in between. This was a good show. The bantering, the cussing. Love for the love. You understand me? We have no hate amongst us. I think YouTube is getting better. The contention and the arguing and the disrespect, a lot of those things are out of it. This is what it's supposed to be. We come and we talk about our teams and we laugh and we have fun and leave it at that. You understand me? Society is too destructive now for us to find a space like this and make it destructive as well. All right? So respect every single one of you. You understand me? You cannot suspend people though. Who got suspended? I don't know. I don't know before the game who got suspended. I don't know. All right. Thanks to all the mods. I understand that Foreign Spider, your phone was giving some problems and timing out some people. For those persons who experienced that, my apologies. It was not intentional. These things happen. Have a blessed day. Join us back at 8:30 this evening. I am Management. This has been I Am Sure Sports. And as usual, we say we are over and we are OUT out of a hair. Bless up yourself, people.
Yo, watch your bad dog, SK New Erdis, the body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing was in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Orchard-Race, Galtigo Bay, everywhere. I Am Sure Sports, check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like, yeah, someone on for the food from young, from where they knee height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.